then went out. You're back now.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Discord was dragging me for experiencing
Wait, for what?
joy.
Wait, why? Was it with a man?
I said no. No. It wasn't. No. I had made a comment and I asked everybody, I was just like, do y'all cry like from happiness? And if so, how often? Because I was like, when I think about it, maybe like twice a month, I'll just like ugly cry because I'm just like, wow, I'm so blessed. Look at your face.
No, I cry from other things, but not happiness. I will intentionally make myself sad to cry, but not from happiness.
No,
Generally.
sometimes I'll really just be like, wow, thank you, God. And
oh, that's cute though. I
thank
like
you,
that.
Paul. I think so too. Like, I had got my makeup done for something I did years and years ago, and I was like, I look like Patti LaBelle. So thank you.
I have a question. I want you to introduce us to what we're about to see.
Okay.
And
Fair
engage
enough.
with. What do you hear?
Okay, so I was this is my fault, guys. So this one's on me. I was perusing TikTok where dreams go to die, and I came across this clip. Are you going to show the clip, or we just want to watch?
The what? We're gonna watch the whole thing.
Okay, so I saw this clip from this podcast. Like he said, it's a small channel, so don't go over there rattling nobody's bones or nothing. But I had a visceral reaction to this because you'll see why. That's really because I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, this is on me. This one's on me.
All right. There's one more thing that I wanted to add, and this is it. I think that it is very obvious that I'm gonna talk to my girls. I think it's very obvious that women don't listen to men. And I'm not saying listen to men insofar as like listen and follow. No, not follow. I mean like actually sit down and ask them question, listen to what they're saying, and actually like engage with what they're saying mentally and go to the logical next step and come to conclusion.
Without trying to like flip it or change it or adjust it or anything.
Yeah, don't debate. Don't fight for your life. Just like listen, ask their opinions about like women and feminism, and like ask questions without letting people know your judgment. Like ask questions, engage in conversation, not just like topical conversation, but like gender dynamics and sociology. I think more because it's surprising to me how many women don't know that their male friends and boyfriends and even husbands are like straight up red pill manosphere incels. Like the fact that people are like discovering this like after 10 years of friendship is kind of strange. It means like y'all not listening. That's what it means, y'all not listening.
But we'll get into it, and I have ideas about that because again, it's all there. It's all there. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. Sin said, welcome, Sin. We don't listen to who they tell us they are. Yeah, I don't think we listen to that. Not actually live for an unscripted period. Not actually live for an. Welcome, Murder Magic Tracks. Welcome, period. Yeah. All right.
There's a comment. Banji Baby said they be hiding it really well. No,
they don't. They don't. They do not. This is one.
I'm telling you, the first time you interviewed me about my book, and I was talking about how there's no way I would have been able to like pick up or guess some of the things that my baby father did, because my mind just don't work like I'm just not that kind of person. I'm not someone who is going out looking to manipulate anybody or trick anybody or anything like that. So my mind, and if I feel that way about you, if I feel like you're trying to do that to me, I'm just not going to give you access to me. And so that's what it is. I feel like goes on with women is like you thinking it's one thing, and y'all need to listen to these men. It's something completely different.
Yeah. And I think we naturally have an impulse to prove ourselves right. And whenever someone says something that is against our worldview, I think our natural impulse is to correct it. And I don't think, because part of that is like you want someone to be something. And so you fill in the gaps in the way that's most beneficial for you and your view of that person. Instead of I do this. I'm very guilty of this. You are who I think you are, and that's just that on that, right? But over the years, I've decided, you know what? Let me not fight. Let's just let them talk. If you think they're wrong, just ask them questions, not to catch them, not to trick them, just like listen. And even in times where like nothing is happening and they're just talking about random things, don't fight. Just listen and like actually metabolize what they're saying. Because these men, girls, they're not. I don't think a lot of these people are smart. I do not. I do not. I don't think they're smart enough to be hiding anything.
I keep having to catch myself because I'm like, that particular person, what it say? You ugly, your hair's uneven. I was waiting on you at the door.
Yes. Yeah. But we're going to watch this. I already watched it, so thank you, Vitamin. And we're going to engage with it. I don't think we need any more podcasts. I think we're good. I think that not every one of your little conversations with your friends are interesting. And we don't necessarily need to hear all these little conversations. You're like, oh my God, it would be nice if other people. No, we don't care. We don't need to hear it out here. I promise you, you're not that interesting.
And I just want to say also, marriage is not a qualification for anything. For real, like just being married is not a qualification for things.
Yeah. And when I say your conversation amongst friends is not that interesting, I also mean my own conversation aren't interesting, right? And so that's why I talk about everything else, but not like, hey, what did you do today? But no, we're reviewing something else. So in that way, it's not a podcast. Anyway, we've prefaced enough. Is there anything else you want?
Strap in. Just strap in. Are you going to say the thing? You say the thing.
No, you do it. Do it.
What?
I know what you're saying.
Get your coffee, water, tea. Why would you go off? Why would you go off the screen?
Not you doing labor. Everyone in the Discord, remember Vitamin came on here doing labor for a man. Huh?
You said these that will drag you. Don't help them do nothing.
All right. We'll see you guys on the other side of the intro for this video. Something that I wanted to point out before we start, two things. If I'm wearing makeup, if I ever wear makeup, someone said something. You will never have to ask. I promise you. If I have no problem with men wearing makeup. I am a man, and if I could, I would. I'm not wearing makeup. If you can see these spots on my face, you know that I'm not wearing makeup. But I appreciate it.
It's getting moisturized.
It is giving moisturized because I definitely went through something this morning, and I did something right before I went to do you know what, then came back and then redid it. And so it's giving glass skin. That's what it's giving. It's giving glass skin.
Period.
But I promise you, if I ever wear makeup, you will know. All right, let's go.
There is no
No. Okay. Someone said lipstick. So I bought this lip balm thing, and it does have a tint in it. It does. I did not know it when I bought it, but it does have a tint. So if that is lipstick, then I'm guilty. I don't have on lipstick, but yeah, sucks. You're muted.
No, I said not bleaching. Somebody said theme is bleaching.
I would be doing the opposite of bleaching. I promise you, it wouldn't be lighter that I'm getting.
No, oh, I'm gonna get taken care of by this dude all the time. No, we're not. No black man can do that.
So it was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
Yeah, we might have made a teensy tiny little bit of a mistake. So we recorded a very special episode, and it just didn't go how I thought it was going to go. How did you think it was going to go?
I don't know. I thought it was going to be like very insightful and together. And well, there may have been some insightful moments.
Yeah, it wasn't all bad.
It absolutely wasn't.
You know how you think you know a person until you see them on your podcast. We didn't want to scrap the entire episode, so we really want to share everything that we talked about with you all, but we couldn't in good conscience do it without coming on here and giving some sort of feedback or explanation for the carrying on that happened in this episode.
Yeah, we definitely need our commentary with this.
We definitely,
sure.
I definitely felt like I had to jump in, yeah, and maybe even do some damage control.
Oh, how about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
So this episode is featuring our friends Kello and Zell, and yeah, we had a good time. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mindfully Delusional podcast. My name is Lauren, but my friends call me Lo.
I'm Trev.
And today we have a special show for y'all. I am so hyped. I have been waiting for a long time to introduce you to my
friends. Yes. Okay, can we just talk about really quick how we are really doing this? Like, we are really doing this. Like, yes, like we're not playing.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're gonna keep going.
Get with it. Okay.
Period. We have to my right.
Casey Kello.
Period.
First time I introduce myself. I don't need you.
Okay, because I need you to say it. Go ahead. Give us our other guest. What's your name?
Monzel Fleming.
Period.
Hey.
First of all, let me say, first of all, second of all, and third of all, on no planet, not in this lifetime or the next, will any man look. Sorry, I'm joking. Whatever, it's fine.
I'm gonna say this much preemptively, right? I'm gonna do my best to refrain from commenting on very obvious things. Right?
I would expect them to be incels.
No, but I'm going to try and refrain. Why? Because I'm telling y'all it's going to be the stuff that I have to say about what is said, I ain't even got to go there. But just know we see each other.
As usual, you know what we're starting with, bruh. We got a game. And listen, because I'm in charge, this game is going to be guys versus girls. It is going to be Zell.
We're going to skip the game because ain't nobody got time.
Everybody in this room, who has it harder in the dating scene right now? Men or women?
Women.
Thank you. What
terrible out here.
Don't worry about what anyone says. Do not be influenced.
I think it's equally hard.
That's a good answer.
I think it's equally hard.
Why?
Because we're being pitted against each other and people are falling for it.
That's a great answer.
Actually, I love that answer.
We're being pitted against black men and women are being pitted against each other.
That is a great
We're
answer,
falling
bro.
for it.
Okay, how?
Well, let's talk about the argument that really pisses me off all the time. The 50-50 argument.
Oh,
We
God.
black people, we do not have the economic standing of white people. So we're going to have to help each other out.
Talk your shit.
That's how you
We have to.
Talk
Yeah,
your
no,
shit.
no, that's the truth.
Ignore her. She's trying to get you on shit.
So first of all, second of all, and third of all, I do think. Who do you think have it harder in the dating? Because I look at this differently, right? Depending on what I'm including in my calculation, I think men have it harder on a random normal date. I think women have it harder generally because you might lose your life.
Women, yes, in the micro,
Yeah.
men have it harder, because they do have to do a lot. They typically are the ones that are going to pursue. They're going to be the ones to make contact. They're going to be paying. They need to impress, or at least enamor. You know what I mean? Like, they need to be likable, something. So they have to do a lot up front to get that thing. But in the long run, when you zoom out, impact of whatever happens between the two people is going to affect and pretty much no matter which way it goes for the man, like if it goes well for the man or not, it's still going to impact the woman on a much deeper way.
Yeah. And I think safety, when you calculate safety and the anxiety around safety for women, it becomes a lot harder to calculate. So I think overall, I think women have it harder. Like,
I was talking about like the what happens with these interactions. Like, if you're just doing sex.
Well, they're talking about dating though. Like, I'm thinking about it like, not like if we go out on a date, the idea is that the man should pay. There is a patriarchal requirement around how men should show up for a date. Yeah. And I think that makes it difficult for the man. Like, all else safe, but all else is not safe.
Right. Women have to factor in a whole lot in terms of their personal safety for the date. And, yes, I agree.
Yeah. And so in today's society, in our society, women have it harder because of the safety element. Women have it harder because of the exposure, the anxiety, the issues happening around even rejection, right? So I think women have it harder. But I put a comment up about men should have it harder. We would assume men have it harder because they're the ones who should show up, should be paying, and should be trying to impress because you invited her out, right? And so, that's what you would think. You invited her out. But I think even in the Black community, most of these men can pay. A lot of us are going Dutch. A lot of us are going Dutch. So, like, do men have it harder? I'm just going to go ahead and say absolutely not. But I could understand why someone would say men have it harder, but you would be wrong in today's society. Now, the thing about men, you need to help a man build. You have to extend that to no submission. You are not a leader, but these men fight. These two men will be fighting to be the leader while also saying as a Black man, they can provide. So that's interesting. We'll drag them when we get there. Themis, I didn't say they had it harder. I meant we need to make it harder for them. No, I know. I'm not saying you said it. I was saying you said they should have it harder. I'm saying they have it harder theoretically, but not in like reality.
No, she could go with that. We do not have the economic standard of white people. So why are we hiring ourselves to their standards?
Why is it a white standard?
There is no, I'm gonna get taken care of by this dude all the time. No, we're not. No Black man can do that. No Black man.
Wait a minute.
Unless he in the 1%.
They got no money to say that.
It's not only about money though.
It's not.
No, that's why I said let him land, because at the end he said only if he's in that 1%. He said if he's in that top tier man, which is what I alluded to earlier.
And if you're shooting for that.
So, and this isn't part of the analysis, but I'm just saying. So what I'm hearing is they ain't got no money.
That's what I heard. And for me, when you're saying you don't have any money, my next thing is, you shouldn't be dating. Like, for me, it's very simple. Like, 1 + 1 is 2. Like, it's very simple. Like, ain't nobody trying to help you build. Ain't nobody trying to do none of that. If you can pay for these dates, you should not be going on them.
Like, they ain't got no money and they ain't planning on having any.
Yeah, like, what do you mean?
At any point in time, like, ain't no point. I ain't gonna have none of that.
The idea that we are Black, therefore we can't pay for anything and we have to go 50-50 is like, okay, then don't date. Like, the problem solved. Ain't nobody playing with these men.
Ain't none of them.
Look at them. If they imagine, no. If you're gonna go 50-50, at least make it worth your while. It is what it is. I said what I said. When black men wanted Becky, they went to the Supreme Court to get access. When it comes to providing, they're clueless as to what needs to be done. Yeah, and I don't understand why they're out here talking about no 50-50. I don't understand.
Is going to be faithful to you. Ain't none of them going to hold you down like you think they are. Because guess what? I worked my way up to this, and you think I'm just going to share it with you? If you do something I don't want you to do, I'm going to get it from somewhere else.
I was shocked and appalled that you were like, I had to break.
Can you pause it? Okay, so that, because I didn't watch the rest of this. I told you what part I watched. I didn't watch the rest of this. But so what you telling me is, because the part I saw, there was a moment where something was said and then somehow we got somewhere and I don't know how we got there, right? And so what you're telling me is that's happening all throughout this thing.
Yeah.
Because that felt like a leap.
Yeah. He said, I worked for this. I'm not going to share it with a woman. So that's that on that. That's their friend. And for your friend to have that dusty mentality and you not know is kind of strange.
And I don't even understand, like, what is the context of that? Is he talking about like, oh, we're just dating, like casually dating? Like, what is the context behind? Because that just felt like generally you ain't getting nothing with me.
So he said 50-50 because we don't have it. If you're talking about the top 1% of black men who have it to provide for other people, they're going to cheat because they worked hard and he worked so hard for his money. Why would he think he's going to settle down? Shannon Sharp, essentially. So, yeah.
Okay, Laura, you can go ahead and play.
Can I go next, Lauren?
Please do. Whoever wants to go next, feel free.
You want to go next, Trav?
Nah, go ahead. You got
But remember, we're talking about why is it difficult?
Who has it
50-50
right.
is not the conversation yet.
The reason why I say women, it's a more difficult situation just because of the volume.
Right.
So there's so many men. So it's like, it's hard to not necessarily, a lot of women not necessarily can cherish. They'll meet a guy, everything will be going good, but they got 8, 9, 10, 15, 20 other dudes. So it's like, if you don't immediately latch on and catch them, they literally can just be like, whoop, another one. So it makes it very hard for them to make a decision that they can stick with.
How much women have 8, 9, 10, 15, 20 other dudes?
Y'all do.
So here's the thing.
Mind you, it's harder for women in his dusty mind because women have more options generally. Not because, which for me means it's easier. Like the choice, the decision on who might be harder, but dating is not made harder by more choices. What makes it harder for women is their safety. I feel like at the top of why dating is difficult for women is their safety. Like actually, like that's my honest opinion. He thinks because he look like he look and he does not have choices that he has it easier, but the way he's defining easy and hard is essentially you have a lot of choices, therefore it's harder for you. And that's just, in my mind, it's like not even engaging with quality. Someone just said it, quality over like quantity. Like,
but that's what because, and which is funny to me, like there's other things that'll happen. I don't want to just all the stuff that I'm probably going to wind up saying throughout the thing, but I will say this much. I do feel like there is a disconnect when it comes to both sexes of thinking how the other side thinks. Now, me personally, I don't give a damn how these men think or feel or anything, but it was important for me to learn how they think so that I could make informed decisions and, for myself. But it sounded like he took something, he made some stuff up. That's number one. And then he kind of, when he's talking about, oh yeah, and they just can't, it like they're overwhelmed or like almost like a kid in a candy store type of thing, like shiny object syndrome type of thing, that women are just, I think I like him. Oh, he's so great. Oh, and to me, that just felt like, have you met women? You know, like
he doesn't want to compete.
right.
He mad.
That's screaming. That's screaming at you is just the idea of competing. But honestly, I won't even say he don't want to compete because he has his strategy. He told you he'll tell us his strategy later. But are you having a sugar high?
Today's my cheat day.
Where did you get a Easter basket from?
Vanessa.
Oh, that's nice.
Of course, she has lots of choices.
Really?
Of course.
Do I know them? Or are they just out there?
You just ain't dealing
But
with
we
them.
automatically have disqualified a lot of them.
Or doesn't that make it harder to make a decision?
No,
So if
not
you
for
had
me.
2, if you had 3, it's easier to make a decision than if you have 15.
No.
95% of them ain't.
That's what I'm saying. They're not even
Yeah,
really being
it's easy.
considered.
That's what I'm saying,
So
though.
we really
not
only
hard.
have 2 or 3.
Okay, that's fair.
And so
That's fair. But I mean, how do you know that they ain't?
you can tell
Give me an
No, you-
example.
you
Hold
can-
on.
you can-
Let her land.
when he starts to sentence.
Oh, wait, what are you
When he starts to
She was
sentence
about to
with
take
what?
a shot. Stop, Lauren.
When she starts to sentence
She
with
about to
what?
take a shot.
let her
Don't-
take the
I'm not
shot.
gonna let her. I'm not gonna let her.
Let
I'm
her
not
take
gonna let
it.
her.
This is your
Let
show.
me take it.
Look,
Take
she
it,
won.
sis. Take it. I want to hear
Sarah,
this.
I want to hear
Let's
it.
go. Set
When
it
he
up.
starts a sentence with what? Because I gotta win. She starts a sentence.
That's
So go
fine.
ahead,
When
let
he
her
starts
go.
a sentence with, I don't really do church like that.
Uh-oh.
I'm spiritual, but I'm not saved.
So he ain't. It's because of that.
For me.
I'm agnostic,
Praise the
and I
Lord.
know I'm some ish.
Good.
Because
Somebody's
I
gonna
have-
love.
See, that's something I don't understand. She said, I'm not dating someone who is not Christian or who just said they're religious or searching or whatever. And he goes, you're going to do not, I am agnostic. She don't want you. What part of I don't want you do you not understand? Why are you mad at her for her preference?
Always at the crux. That's the crux of what they come with is this idea of you're going to eliminate someone just for this. Like it's never, nothing is ever a valid, even though him over there was talking about how hard it is to make decisions. That's what I'm like, have you met women? We could be like, you know what? I don't like the color of his shirt. You know what I mean? Like it could be that simple. It's just like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
If a woman likes you or they're into you, you'll know. You will know. It's not hard. It's not hard for them to make a decision when they like you.
The biggest mistake, that's not the biggest mistake, but one of the mistakes as a woman that I learned to do was like feeling bad for being like, oh, I don't like this person. You know what I mean? Like talking myself out of that initial reaction of like, no.
See, that's what happens, right?
Yeah, it happens a lot.
These men actually will think these women are just trying to run game. And yes, some women, I think, want to keep people in their life because they're like, oh, you provide this kind of company for me.
But they're not those guys because they don't have nothing to provide. They said it themselves.
No. Provide company, not like money or anything. You provide me with something, right? And I don't feel alone.
I'm sorry. I don't be thinking, I don't find value in those things.
No. That's fine. But no, I think there are some women who string men along, like some men string women along. But I promise you, it's not because she likes you and can't make a decision. It's never that. I've spoken to too many women now to know that when a woman like you, you will know when a woman like you. And these men, I can understand them not getting that kind of initial attraction from women. And for them, it's like a grower. The kind of attraction women feel towards them comes over time. It's not in the immediate sort of instinctual sexual connection. It's probably like...
Yeah, because the instinct be like, ew. And that's what they'll understand. And that's what they'll understand. And then what'll happen is you be like, girl, don't do that. Why are you doing? You're being super... These are things, mind you, very long ago. But these are things like, oh, you're being superficial. Like he seems to like you. He, like it'll be an internal dialogue, and it's in their favor.
Yeah, and that's why. But they want you to make a decision about them, and it's like, no. First of all, these women aren't attractive. Y'all keep saying women are not visual. They are visual. They're just compromising on the aesthetic. women are visual. They're just compromising on the aesthetics for you. And that's just that on that. Like, I don't know.
It really, and that's why it'd be so funny to me when they be like, women are just superficial and da-da-da-da-da. Life determined that's a lie. Like, I see too many people slumming it up, you know, and it's just, that's just not the case.
If I'm going to go through hell, I might go through hell with someone attractive. I don't know.
Listen, I'm crying in that Bentley. Okay? If I would cry, which I'm not, but if I were to, the experience has to be up here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. You tell him you got to, listen, you have to show me a good time. Okay? And I ain't talking about, carnally. You got to show me a good time.
Yeah.
I like good food. I like good drink. I like beautiful spaces. You know what I mean? That's the bare minimum to get an audience with me. Okay? Yeah.
Ain't nobody want a man with... No. That's not right. What I was about to do was not right.
Thinking you need company from them?
Just like...
You don't get lonely, not for you.
Do you think men with... Let me ask you a question in the private chat. I don't think it's right for me to say it out loud. Because I'd be wondering if they touch... Just yes or no. Don't. No, I wonder if they do it. I'm wondering because is it similar? Is it the same? Like, is it gay to do it?
I wouldn't know if it's the same.
Do you think would that be considered gay?
Why would you say that?
I just thought about it. It's just like something like... So when I go to the gym and I take off my shirt, I go like this a lot because I'm like, oh, I can feel that.
I don't know. You got me. I don't know.
This is weird. Unfortunately, dated a man because I felt bad for him.
I think they had to be down really bad. I wouldn't put it past them, but I think they had to be down really bad.
Dash, thank you so much for being a member for 5 months.
I wasn't expecting that.
Nothing. Let's leave it. Drop it. It's not important. It's not important. Not you, not you. I'm saying the chat to drop it because it wasn't important. It was out of pocket.
Because I study all religions and I find validity in all different.
If I could give my answer, the reason why women have it harder is because we have to sit here and listen to niggas talk like that. When I said
Island Girl has been a member for 50 months.
50 months. That's a long time. Yes.
Good on Gala Bobu. Bobu Gala Bobu.
Day one. That's a day one.
That is a day one. Sorry.
What I said was, I don't like that. Don't get your regular girl who wants to go 50-50 with you and don't love Jesus. And you don't have to give me your story. And the reason why it's hard for women in dating is because after I said, I don't want that, they still want to give me the story. Like, bro, it's all good. No, let's go to accountability because they really want to talk about this.
Okay, so accountability. When you see a woman, and I'm sorry, I love you all, but I'm about to say it because Lauren told me to keep it real.
Don't apologize.
If we're in a situation where you look at a woman, she's attractive, she's fine, she got it together, and she's single, there is a reason that there's not a nigga there. And 99.9% of the time, that reason is self-inflicted. Now they will find a bunch of that can I land? Most of the time, it's because of term like, respectfully, niggas.
He's not wrong. I'm gonna go back a little.
He's not wrong, but let him cook because I want him to get his whole statement out, and then Go ahead.
All right. Before then, though, I agree with him. More than 90% of the time when women are single, it's because it's self-inflicted. If women wanted a man, I think they could generally get a man. I think that's
damn right it's self-inflicted. I be hiding from these. I keep telling y'all I be hiding from these niggas. I don't like going outside.
Yeah, but I
don't
think
want them in my face. I don't like them smiling at me. I don't.
But I think he's misunderstanding what that means. Again, it's this quality missing. Like he's like this.
No, it's not because in their mind, first of all right, let's get into it. You know that they think they are logical, and so for them, whatever their logic is the logic. What are you talking about? Let me know when you're ready to listen to me.
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening. Sorry, I'm on. That's disrespectful. Let me come back on camera. Go ahead.
They think their logic is the logic. So for them, why would you be doing that if you want to be with somebody? Everybody don't want to be with somebody. Like what was it? Like last week, I was going back and forth with some guy on Twitter. I put it in a thing because he tried to call me ugly. I was going back and forth with some guy on Twitter because I'm like, some women just don't like having men in their space. Some women just don't want a man around them. And that's okay. And that doesn't mean that other people can't get together and couple. And he just kept going back and insulting me and everything like that, because how dare I say that some women do not like to be around men to the degree that they're okay with being alone, whatever that, means in their mind, in perpetuity. And so for him, he's like, it's self-inflicted because the assumption is that it's a punishment or they're unhappy.
I can also do you one better. Some women would want to be in a relationship. They can, but they would not want him or him. They're like, if these are the choices I got, I'm going to stay by myself. I can get someone. This is me in some woman's head. I can get someone. But right now, the options, the people who want me right now, it's a no from me. I kid you not. The other day, I was like watching Squid Game. And I was on the couch and I was like, it would be nice to cuddle with someone. And I had this thought. I was like, maybe I need a relationship right now. I feel like I shouldn't be by myself. And no sooner than I thought the thought, someone texted me. And I was like, oh God, no, absolutely not.
But that's because you know why? You know why? I was talking, I was on Instagram and it's this lady, I think her name is Life of Tanya Marie. And she beautiful Black woman. She does have a white husband and they have 2 little babies. She just had a baby a couple months ago. And I was looking at her stuff and I was just like, she has such a little cute life. Like it's so cute. And I asked myself, because I'll do those type of audits, like, are you feeling anything? Are you feeling any jealousy? Like, do you want that? Would you have wanted that? Blah, 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 blah. And I thought to myself, like, no, I mean, it would have been nice to have had. But in general, the level of happiness, of joy, of whatever, it wouldn't be no higher than that.
Yeah.
It just would have been about something different. You know what I mean? So it's like when it comes to this idea of having a relationship, like, oh, I'm on this cruise or something. I wish I had a what's a face, but honestly, I can still experience the same level. It just would have been, I would have been doing other things, you know? So it's like, it's not necessary to be in this space where it's just like, oh my God, I'm never going to experience it. Like there's so many other experiences in life that you would have did with your partner. You can still do it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Where you look at a woman, she's attractive, she's fine, she got it together, and she's single. There is a reason that there's not a nigga there. And 99.9% of the time, that reason is self-inflicted. Now they will find a bunch. Can I land? Most of the time, it's because of term like respectfully. Niggas ain't.
Yep.
It's respectfully, because instead of saying niggas ain't, why am I meeting niggas that ain't? Why are you in these situations?
If N-words ain't ish, the question of why am I meeting N-words who ain't ish is because ain't ish.
Guess what? I'm glad he said that. You know why I'm glad he said that? I'm glad he said that because of what he's going to say later. Because, oh, baby, I have a whole spiel of my thoughts around what he says later. He has to say it first. But the fact that, in fact, let me write that down. I'm going to write that down. Why am I meeting ain't shit niggas?
I feel like the question answers itself, because if you're saying, instead of saying why are N-words not ish, you should be asking, why am I meeting N-words that aren't ish? And the answer is because N-words ain't ish.
No, because the implication is the same as your friend came over and was making about this idea of just like, oh, you just are a bitter person.
No. I know what they're saying. I know what they're saying.
You're meeting all these, or you're evoking the ancientness in these niggas because of who you are. The implication is that somehow it's your failure to meet a good, upstanding man such as himself.
Yeah, but I agree with you. That's what he's trying to say. But my response would be, well, the reason I'm meeting N-words who ain't ish is because N-words ain't ish. Like, what do you mean?
That's never the conclusion.
But yeah, I know what they're doing. I know what they're trying to do.
Always where these niggas don't call you back.
I agree with that.
Why are you always in these situations where these guys are intimate with you?
Yeah.
And it doesn't end up going the way you want to go?
Yeah.
Right.
Wait.
Why haven't you got that guy?
Wait. He said that? Wow. It'll make sense to y'all in the chat that haven't seen it later, but wow.
The fact that he is stretching out this man's face on his shirt is diabolical.
Yeah.
That's a good,
I'm talking when we get past 30, we get 35, we get 40, we get, why haven't you got this dude yet? From what I've seen, anecdotal, which means my own experience, I see 9 times out of 10, it's because of you. Women are harder to make the adjustment. So if we came up, the difference between men and women with accountability, the why I say it's mostly women, is because when you come up and they say, bro, you ain't athletic, you're fat, you're short, you're cockeyed, whatever the case may be, you got a big head, whatever the case may be, what do they tell us? Adjust. Pivot. Bro, you a big dude, but you can get fresh. You cockeyed, you can wear sunglasses. Now, when do women ever adjust? When do they ever say?
I get his frustration. I know y'all want to drag him. Right now, I wouldn't drag him. I understand. If I can only imagine what it's like for him to go through the world looking like he looked. Like I have a lot of empathy for him, because I think our world is really, really vicious and vile, and I think a person like him going through the world is not going to be. He's not going to have a good time. You know what I mean? Like, he's not generally going to have
too good of a time. Honestly, the way he talks, it's not giving life has humbled him. And so
yeah, well, he's angry. Life has humbled him. He just described what women told him. Like, I think he's not humble
but
in the
he's
fact
married.
he was married.
What do you mean he was married?
Oh, well, I guess he's still married.
No, that's the whole issue. He's married. That's the whole issue. Remember, I showed you the screenshot because they came back.
He's probably not into the woman he married.
I mean, there's a lot of things that could be happening. Honestly, I don't care. But he is married. So he getting more than he deserves.
Because there's a certain percentage that do adjust. You can be a 217, 250-pound woman. And I'm telling you, the world gonna tell you, girl, you know what? Girl, live your life. Girl, like love yourself. Like them niggas, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
Bro, what they gonna tell us? Lose some weight.
Yeah.
Oh, if you don't got this, don't even talk to me. If you don't even got that, don't.
The thing is, he's like, the world tell women this, and then the world have men adjust. Someone made this comment, but he never adjust. Well, maybe he did adjust. Maybe this is him after the adjustment. Is he sitting in the
spirit of adjustment right now?
Yeah, maybe this is him.
Has he been adjusted? Is this the adjustment?
Yeah, maybe this is him post-adjustment. Maybe this is him. This is him in his best self.
Don't talk to me. If I come at y'all and me with my income, because and I came at you with my car and my situation and was like, bro, I only mess with girls. You got to be about 5'5", 175 abs. You got to have a perfect butt. It can't lay low. It got to be like.
5 is a little chubby.
not to me. That is in my wheelhouse. But you got look. If I came to y'all and said I don't take nothing less than that, y'all would say, "Okay, you need to get in the gym, make some more money, and you can get her."
Or.
Well, yes. Have you seen you in the mirror? To be asking for that.
Even if that's the case, he's saying y'all would be saying, are they the people that you want? Because here's the thing. Where there's a will, there is a way. People get with people they shouldn't. You'd be like, what happened there? All the time. So why are you so concerned about what other people who aren't even the people that you want are saying to you? Because clearly you ain't doing none of it. So why do you care?
I think he cares because he is hurt. And I have space in my heart for people who are hurt. Not a lot of space, but there is space in my... Can you imagine walking through the world?
But look, like I said, I'm doing my best and you're not helping to try to refrain from, because honestly, that ain't even a point. That ain't even a point.
Wait, someone blocked Jay. Jay getting blocked. I'm blocking you. Absolutely blocking you. You're out of pocket.
Child, no. On the other one, he stretched, one smushed. Like, what's going on? There's a lot happening.
Who tell women that?
Or nobody. I do. Or
yeah, for sure.
And do. Or we would be like, you know what? Why don't you? I'll be like, you know what, Kello? I have a friend. She's about 215. She real sweet. She got a pretty face. She real sweet. It's crazy.
My point is that most of the time, that is the case. And men are forced to have accountability. We are forced to adapt. Women are not.
I don't know women like this. Here's what I'm talking about.
I do know.
It's crazy to me that he's saying this, mind you, with the scenario he brought up. Are you seeing the accountability for that particular? He put it on the table. Are you seeing the accountability for that?
He didn't do any accountability for the cock eye, the hair loss, the back. No, but like he said, women say you're too fat. Women say you have cock eye. You're too short. Your hairline is bad. You're ugly. You're useless. You don't have anything. He said these things, and he didn't adjust any of them from my perspective. Visually, like aesthetically, like I'm not saying he's ugly, right? I'm saying he said women said this to him. And my question is, did you adjust any of these things?
I'm looking for the adjustments.
Maybe his hairline was worse. Maybe he was bigger. Maybe he was shorter. Like, I don't know.
The adjustments are missing my level of perception.
Okay.
Like this.
Yeah. I mean,
Women like this
I know
are,
they exist,
are the reason
but-
why I said what I said in the last episode. I was like, girl, you're gonna be single for the next 5 years anyway. Get yourself together to get the man you wanted.
For sure.
Okay.
I do
Or
know
be
for a
happy
fact.
with the
I
man
do
that you
know for a
attract.
fact.
Yes.
Dawn agrees with that. Yeah.
Absolutely. The only problem about this conversation is that is one very particular form of accountability. That's not the main problem.
Yes. I was like, that's the accountability problem.
No, that actually has
fine.
nothing to do
I mean,
with the type of accountability.
I mean, we're talking about dating. If we're talking about
Well,
like,
what type of
I don't take
accountability
accountability
are you
for the
talking
fact that I don't have a job.
Because I want to hear
Yes.
this.
That's because as it relates to how we relate to each other, because that's like pre-dating. You ain't even gotten in a relationship because you can't get because you double-minded. You know what I mean? I'm talking about you done got somebody.
I have to come big because I have to show y'all this. Someone just tagged us. There's a cat watching us. Sorry, wait. Oh, I don't want you to see her. Oh, I don't know how to do this, but that's us in the back.
Oh, thank you for
Okay,
watching,
sis.
Cat.
I appreciate that. Oh, that's cute.
Attention, you done got somebody on the hook, and every time they come to you with a problem, or they ask you, can you see things from my perspective, or can you maybe change something for me so that we can be more on the same page? You're like, no, I didn't even do anything wrong. What? It was him. Like, what was I supposed to do? That's the kind of lack of accountability that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Accountability in marriage.
I can pull a story about
Yeah,
accountability.
let's talk
in
about.
marriage.
married?
He's married now.
Married now.
Happily
Okay.
married. Hey, Tierra girl.
Hey, girl.
We're like beautiful children, all the things.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So we've all been.
The smile here is like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful.
He's living the dream.
Don't do that.
So you think women like accountability in marriage?
In a lot of ways, yes.
Zoe might be the problem.
He might be.
The way he carried on in this episode.
I don't even think he realizes how much he carried on.
think he carried on.
By the way, this little, whoever is their manager, their team, this cutaway discussion thing, let's not do that. We don't need a confessional.
No, but this is the thing. So when I sent you this initially, I just sent you the stuff off of TikTok. So this is how, guys, picture it this week sometime, TikTok. I see someone who's not them had screenshot the original clip that they posted, but they had taken down. And then it's like, and they tagged them in it. And the reason they did that is because when I went to their page to see what they had instead, they called themselves giving more context. So they put a longer clip in to show you kind of what came before the original clip that they posted. And the caption was basically saying, oh, we're sorry that this friend of the show is being misconstrued. Him and his family are going through things because of this clip, and people are just making assumptions about him as a man, and he's an upstanding man, blah, 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 all the things PR type of thing, but basically positing it as though people were mishearing him or misinterpreting him, that their perception was somehow off around what he said and it needed more context. There was no more context to have. Like, I watched the second clip and it hasn't come up yet, surprisingly, right? But the second clip, it was longer. It started earlier. Again, it was one of those moments I was talking about before where it's like we started out in one place and we wound up somewhere. We don't know how we got here and we're absolutely appalled.
Yeah.
So there's that. We didn't miss anything. It hasn't come up yet. You'll know it when you see it. But
yeah, I find this like annoying. This cutaway, them explaining, I find it all useless. They add this cutaway confessional thing adds nothing to the podcast. It's distracting, it's annoying, it's useless. And if you're watching beautiful Black women who are doing this, please stop doing this. If you're going to do it, please add to it, and giving us face is not enough. Like, you're not doing anything.
I will say this, because this is what, to your point when we first came on, you're saying like women aren't listening. They heard him. You get what I'm saying? Like, we are seeing them in real time ingesting and metabolizing what is being said to them. And so I feel like this is what they're doing in doing this cutaway is the reaction.
Yeah, no, I get what they're doing. What I'm saying is it adds no value. Like they're not from a content perspective, this cutaway is only disrupting the conversation being had, and
True.
it adds nothing. Like yeah, we get your surprise, cool. Add some more. Say something else. Like just cutting away to tell us your surprise was like kind of like annoying.
I don't think they're in the space to. I mean, and here's the thing: it's not that that's their friend or her friend. You know what I mean? So I don't need to see her break up her however many year friendship with this.
No, I don't.
You know,
I'm not
because the only logical step from this is, God, fuck you, never come around me again.
No. That's not. They can unpack their feelings. They can unpack the conversation. They can maintain their friendships. They can add more context. They can do something else. What they're doing right now is nothing.
What I'm saying is, I don't think they can fully unpack it and it just be a copacetic thing. This and this is just my perspective.
Saying don't do it. Like if you're not going to add anything,
they weren't. That's what you got to understand. They weren't expecting to get what they got. You know how I always say when we're talking about like old women.
No. Wait, I don't think you're understanding my issue with this cutaway. My issue with the cutaway is how useless they are.
You're saying that they're not adding anything to the conversation. And I'm saying that in order for it to get as deep as, it probably would be more interesting to us and things like that, that would require a level of awareness that has certain implications that I don't feel like they are ready or willing.
That's fine, but I'm saying they shouldn't be doing it. I'm saying what they're doing right now is just kind of useless and it disrupts the flow.
But guess what? This is, to me, this is what's going on in the grander, the community. Is women are seeing some things and it gets to a certain level, and it's like if you go beyond this point, then that means you're going to have to do something you probably don't want to do. You're going to have to give up.
No. But you're explaining to us their mentality and their mental state and why they're not pushing back. I have no issue with that. Don't do this. The only thing this serves to do is disrupt the flow of the conversation.
I got so but I mean, Kello definitely carried on more. But when he carried on, he like stole the show.
It's the amount of times that Kello tried to save him.
That part.
And you're like,
he made me so mad.
Let that man speak.
Let that man speak for himself. All right.
The lack of accountability in America.
That is just so annoying. Like, why? What is the reason? Yeah, sorry, this is bothering me because I pause a lot and I know it's annoying, but I pause to add something. It's just like they give nothing at all in this. Sorry, I'm done. I will not comment on it
all
anymore.
They have to give, Themis.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Marriage. Like it's simple stuff. I give you an example of my last marriage. I consistently.
How many marriages did you have?
Two.
God damn.
Two. I've been married twice.
Okay.
Bro, I seen it, bro. No disrespect. When you said that, I seen them both shift. Like it was like a gas.
I didn't want to interrupt. I was like,
I'm sorry for laughing, but when you said so in my last marriage, they was like what?
No, he did not.
I feel you though.
Go ahead now. Continue. Go ahead.
There was a situation where I was telling my ex-wife that you're doing something that's going to be harmful to our children. And I kept saying it. And instead of that, she would turn it around on me and say, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that.
That's nasty work.
You didn't do this and do that. This wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, no, I need specifics. Here's why. If I come to you to ask for you to stop doing something that you've been doing, and you use that moment to tell me something I haven't been doing, we're done. Point blank period. It's not a tit for tat. However, if I come to you and tell you to do something, and you said, well, I can't do that thing until you do this thing that is related, that is completely different. So if I keep telling you, like, put the clothes there, and you say, well, you need to take out the trash. Like, wait, what? No. So it depends on the context for me here. Like, I'm not on his side.
I mean, and the thing is, I will give it, like, in a general sense, the scenario that he laid out is a reasonable one. Like, if you feel like someone's going to do something that's going to harm your children, the other parent, whatever, and you say something, like, that's important. But these guys are unreliable narrators.
Yes,
and
I
so
don't know.
It's like, what was the thing that you were telling her to do? Because it might not, and then, like you said, what's the context around what she was saying to you? So there are other things that I would want to know first before. But on a general level, I'm all about the kids. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not doing general for them.
But also,
I'm not doing general
for them.
Thing?
But also, what was this thing? I mean, I think he got divorced, so maybe that was where the divorce stemmed from. But, like, what was this thing that you were just sitting around multiple times telling her? Like, what?
Did he file for the divorce?
I don't know. I don't think we'll know.
Well, if he didn't file for the divorce and the woman was doing something to hurt the child, now we have a problem.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, what was this thing? And you're saying you were telling her multiple times, so you would just let her do this?
To your child, that could hurt your child. Yeah, no, I need more detail. I don't trust these men.
If this was done or this was done, I was like, no, that doesn't change the fact that you're not. And I'm gonna just come out and say, you're not watching our children.
There you go.
And they're getting hurt.
There you
or
go.
They're going to the hospital. Or they're getting sick.
Please pause. Please pause. So you're telling me that your wife was negligent to your children to the point of harm, like physical harm, or even if they weren't actually physically harmed, but you saw, you had the foresight to say this could lead to physical harm, and you kept leaving them with her?
Unless she's a stay-at-home mom and he works, I don't understand. Where were you? Like, I need way more detail than he thinks he's giving.
Yeah, this don't sound right.
And you have one time to cause harm to my child.
That's what, like, the more he speaks, the more I'm like, what was up with you that you let it go on for so long? Because the way and mind you, in my book, oh hell yes. But in my book, I talk to women about this too. And I say, like, you can't sit there and be like, oh, he's a bad dad, I don't want him around the kids, but also you want to get married and y'all be a nuclear family. Like, these things don't go together. You know what I mean? So if she was literally putting your children in physical harm's way to that degree, why was it not handled after the first time? Like, it shouldn't have been no talk like that.
Right.
Are so inward and self-centered and worried about what you got on. You're not even watching our kids.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
And that's what got me kicked out of the house.
but bro, that's a great point though, because what he's saying is
accountability.
He said he got kicked out. He said that's what got him kicked out of the house. So he still didn't leave.
And also, I have so many questions for Black Hat. I have so many questions for Hat. You're not about to kick me out of the house where you're not watching my child and think it's going to go down like that. It's me and my child leaving.
Maybe he has the children. Maybe she kicked them all out. Maybe she said, well, take these raggedy kids with you then, since I can't watch them. Maybe.
His definition of harmful could be telling him to get a job in front of the kids. What is his definition of harmful? Can't rely on their definition. Yeah, no, I don't trust these men to relay these stories. I'm so sorry. My history with them has told me not to, and the details are too blurry right now for me to just accept it. Thank you, by the way, Mia.
She would always come to me about me not being accountable. But when I come to you and I'm saying your unattentiveness is hurting our children, and you turn around and say, well, you didn't put a gate up at the top of the steps. Oh, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. That's not holding accountability.
I agree.
Wait, it sounds like their kids fell down steps in the home, and you were supposed to build a fence up or a barrier up. You didn't do it, and she didn't watch the kids, and they fell down the steps under her watch. So I feel like that's one of those things where I would wait.
And then you get kicked out of the house. And I swear for the Lord, I don't think them kids with him.
Okay, so it's both of y'all's fault. You're blaming her, but it's both. If you didn't put up the protective barrier that needed to be up that y'all discussed, and she, I don't know, looked away for a second and the kid ran down there and fell, it sounds like both of y'all problem.
Hold on before you start again. Come on.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I like your drawing. By the way, I appreciate your drawing so much.
Thank you.
When can I get can I have another drawing I can commission? Can I commission you for another drawing?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
She's
You're
on her
cutie
way.
patootie.
She's
Your mother.
She's my favorite person.
They look alike. You all look exactly alike. Oh.
Well, all right. Don't want your head to pop off from cuteness. But
That is so cute. Bye.
Bye.
Oh. Twin. She's so cute and sweet.
Second.
100%.
Are you accountable?
Of course I am. But there are
Did she
times
ask for
that
a gate?
no, she didn't ask for a gate before that happened.
Did you get her a gate eventually?
Yeah, after she I said, but that's not gonna change the fact that you weren't watching our child.
So if I go, hey, I don't like this, or hey, you need to help on this, what the hell does that got to do with me? So instead of saying, you know what, fam, you're right, I got to get on my shit, it's like, well, if you would do this or if you would do that, instead of taking the accountability for her part. Now, if she came at a separate time and said, hey, could you put the gate up now? You didn't put down the gate and this happened. Then he 9 times out of 10, I don't know you that well, brother, but I guarantee you that he probably will go, okay, yeah, let me put that gate up like that.
You don't know him, but you know he was going, you need to put up the gate.
Do you know what this reminds me? Did you ever watch Everybody Loves Raymond?
Wait, Everybody Loves Raymond. That's Nicki Minaj. No, I didn't watch Everybody Loves Raymond.
Well, it was a show, and this guy was married, and they had an episode where they like went on a trip and they came home and they had this big suitcase. And so they left the suitcase because they got in late or whatever, and they went on the bed. And then basically, like for the next week or so, they both were noticing the suitcase was there, and they were like refusing. Each one of them was refusing to take it upstairs and unpack it and everything. And so, like, one of them put the stinky cheese in it, and like it was just ridiculous.
Your child needs to be protected, and you're worried about some accountability instead of protecting your child. I wish lyrics that she said Everybody Love Raymond. Nicki Minaj said it in
Bottoms Up. No, it was Lil Freak, right? Usher. If you really coming with me. She said something, and they wetter than the rain, and Usher put me in. Everybody loves Raymond.
All right, there.
Yes, you needed that. You need that itch scratched in your brain. I know.
Yes.
But men have a tendency to go, you know what, bro, that's on me.
No, not in my experience. No. However, not to dig into
because all experiences are valid.
Exactly.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that there is. So I think this accountability thing is about perspective, and it's always a lot of finger pointing. It's easy to point the finger and say that the other person is not accountable based on your perspective. Mm-hmm. And I think it just leads to like a continuous cycle of finger pointing.
Yes.
I mean, seriously.
I agree.
So, and maybe neither one of y'all were accountable. That's what it sounds like.
But I'm watching it back. I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to be accountable. He's trying to tell the story, but he clearly still really, really stands by the way that he handled that situation.
He does.
So when he said right there that he texted her and said, I know you're overwhelmed,
how can you say, I know you're overwhelmed, and then still dig into somebody? Like, no, somebody who's overwhelmed needs something taken off of them, like some sort of support.
Some sort of support.
Exactly.
Exactly
And I feel like, and listen, these men just don't get it.
And I was thinking, like, if we were to probably ask her, she would probably say,
yeah, sis.
He wasn't helping me at all. Or, you know, potentially, I don't know.
Possibly.
If he says that this is happening, like he did.
Like, sorry, girl, hang it up. Whatever this is, just be better. Bring more men on and talk with them, and don't cut away. So we can. I will review your clips. Just don't do the cutaway thing, please. Thank you. Oh my God.
See, this why I be watching them ahead of time, and then I'll cut like in between for my audience.
Neglectful. The point of it that we get back to with accountability. So could he take accountability for what he did? My point is yes. So if it's like the gate need to be put up, yes. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's taking accountability. That's saying, okay, I should have put the gate up.
Okay.
Right or wrong?
But
Yeah,
hold on, wait a minute. Could y'all answer that
but
question?
I may not feel like I'm neglectful.
I understand.
Although my child may have hurt
I understand that's a South spot. Okay, so listen. But when she goes, you ain't put the gate up.
No,
hold on. He could have easily said, I wouldn't have to put the gate up if you was watching.
That's probably what he said.
But at the same exact,
that is what I said.
I know.
So now we got the context we needed.
So instead of trying to protect your child, you're gonna try to get one up on your wife. That's why you don't got none anymore.
Yes.
That's why you don't got one anymore.
I don't need to put up a gate, which is just a standard thing for just people with children. Just generally, when you know you're pregnant, what are the things you get? You get diapers, you get a crib, you get a car seat, you get a gate. If you got steps and stuff, that's just something you do. People do that for dogs. And you decided that you didn't have to do that because she's supposed to be watching. And this is probably part of the 50-50 thing, because they don't like paying for childcare and nothing like that. So women are supposed to do all that domestic stuff. And I'm not saying she's not, this is not me saying like let your kids fall down, but I'm just saying like you're not right in this.
Demas lost the biggest red flag in the video. Oh, I'm so sorry. The thing is, I don't have to look for more red flag. I just look at them and I'm like, if you're searching beyond,
it ain't no flags. It's curtain. It's a curtain. It's
yeah,
curtain.
I feel like you should meet them and be like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I feel like you just meet them and you're like, oh, okay, cool. You don't need to look beyond. Well, hey everyone.
But at the exact same time.
But then I put the gate up.
But he put the gate up.
The conversation got a bit more specific than I would have liked.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, though.
But
For
and
sure.
I'm gonna say one more thing about this particular situation. We're talking about a very highly emotional situation. We're talking about both of y'all child. Now, of course, it's easy for you with not being there to be like, this is all your fault. This keeps happening. As a mother, that's an emotionally triggering thing to hear from somebody.
It's not emotionally triggering for him to say that it's because of the gate.
I'll get there. So it's an emotional. I just want to acknowledge it's an emotionally triggering thing. So where I was.
They're not listening. So you went out, you come home, your child is hurt. Yes, the mom should, or whoever is at home should be watching the child. Now, are you helping this person? Are they stressed out? What is the context for why they're big? Like, we don't know anything.
So the person is home with the babies. And now, mind you, I don't know if they do a trade-off. Sometimes he got to watch them because she got to work or whatever. I don't know what that is. But it sounds like it was somehow delegated to you. And more than likely because she is actually handling the children the most. It was delegated to you, the man, the manly man, whatever, to do this, this manly thing of assembling something, putting something up, this kind of work within the home, and you didn't. And things happen, the type of things that people get gates for happened. And so now and again, this is not me defending, because at some point
I'm defending it.
The gate would have went up.
The
gate would have went up with my child. You get what I'm saying? The gate's going to go up whether you did it or not. Now you might have went out when the gate went up because I put it, but you're still not right in. Like, that's the point. Like, she's not right, but she's not as wrong as you making her, and you're not right at all.
Yeah. I mean, they're mad. I don't really care with their opinions.
What's gonna get is the way that you approach her about that. Like, watch our kids. It's lacking in care. You're dealing with a woman who is dealing with things that you have never had to deal with, and instead of coming in and being like, "What do you need?"
And maybe this is just because now I'm a little more seasoned in the game, right? But when women do this, it makes me cringe because he don't care. They don't care. When women do these types of appeals, like, oh, what if your mother, what if your sister? I learned a long time ago, they do not care. Number one, because they do not view their mothers the same way as they view consumable women. I call it consumable women because that is how they talk about it. Like, women are consumable. So they do not view their mothers and their sisters as consumable women. That's number one. And that's number two, they probably don't even like the women in their family. A lot of times they do not like the women in their family either. So when we're trying to make these emotional appeals, oh, you should care. Why don't you care? Oh, they just don't. They just don't. That's it.
Make it easier for you, and you can still be upset, but that's the same way that we need to approach our men.
Okay.
Like, how can we make
Both
this
sides.
easier for both of us?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Accountability is a problem, but we as a people are lacking in understanding.
I don't think it's a
she's right.
woman
thing.
I don't either.
But no, it's very rare. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. That a woman is like, the reason I'm in this situation with this nigga is because of me.
Okay.
90% of the time, a man will say, I got to take accountability for the situation about why I am, or I chose her, or whatever the case may be. It's very rare that a woman say, I'm in a situation because of decisions I made.
Yeah,
because if they did, the shit would get better.
Yeah,
the numbers would show.
Because even in my dealings,
People, are we talking about the same men that were whining and crying about child support, and the same men that when we were saying, hey, these women that you don't want to have anything to do with, you don't have to have sex with them?
I believe him fully. I believe no woman in his life ever took accountability. They just blamed him. I think and this is why you don't date men you're not attracted to or like you hate, because one of the things that builds is resentment. And I think you just blame them for everything. I think he probably got blamed for everything his whole life. I mean, I've seen women take blame for things that had nothing to do with them in an effort to stabilize their relationship.
These women are taking blame right now, this minute, for what this fool over here is.
No. Wait. I'm saying for him, he went through life with every woman bashing him, blaming him, destroying his whole self-esteem, most likely. Most men, when they get a woman who really likes them and want to stabilize the relationship, they're going to take blame. Women take on the blame for relationship, but I don't dismiss his experience because I think women do that, and it annoys me when women do it. Like when my friends are like, well, I should have, it's my fault. No, it's not your fault. He's an idiot. But I've seen that. But it's usually because they're attracted to the guy, they want the relationship to work, and they care about the guy's feelings. I think there are a group of men, non-select, who women treat poorly. No, I think let's really talk. There are a group of men that women don't care about their feelings. They'll just say, look, it's your fault. Get out of my face. Take care of them children. You're annoying me. Resentment builds because you didn't even want to be there in the first place. So the burden is on him to maintain the relationship. So I can see why he's mad. Like, I get it.
He don't talk like the burden's on him to maintain the relationship. Or maybe, what? You might be on to something. You might be on to something because he thought he was just going to vent. He thought, and that actually adds up with what's happening, the behind the scenes stuff, because he probably did go home and get smacked upside his head.
Yeah. Yeah, I think women, like, I have seen... When I've seen the same woman be in two different relationships and be completely different. And I do think there are some men, that their experience with women are mostly bad. Even the women who choose to be with them tend to not be the best to them. Like, I can see his relationships playing out.
I think you're right. It does appear that life ain't been no crystal stair.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm always being told, well, why you keep choosing these women that are betraying you?
Mm-hmm.
Why you keep choosing these women that betray you? Because I don't know they're gonna betray me.
There you go.
They love bombed me in the beginning. Then stuff start tapering off. And
didn't this idiot ask why are y'all getting these ain't-ish N-words? Maybe you should think about why you pick these ain't-ish N-words. Now you can't foresee it. So
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. None of this makes sense, especially knowing what I know. I cannot believe that they said this. And we're just talking like this and not even listening. But this is what, hear me and hear me well. Everyone within the sound of my voice. I have come to learn that men have an aversion to implications. That's the word of the day, implications. Men do not think about the implications of things they say. To be so logical, they do not think about the implications of the things they say. But I also realize that they do not think beyond the tip of their own nose or their own.
Yeah.
So that would make it hard to follow what they're saying to the logical conclusion overall, because they are just cut it off right there.
And then they treat me cold, and then I'm thinking we about to fix it and turn it around. PFA, get out the house, leave. Damn. I don't want to be with you no more.
Mm-mm-mm.
And I'm like, I thought we was about to fix this.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You thought you were going to fix your child getting hurt and you blaming her for your child getting hurt and you want to fix it. And she said, get out of my face. Him too, less obvious than the other one, but him too probably had a hard life. Less obvious than the other one. Like, but this is what I'm saying. The woman is like, girl, get out of my face. I've been looking for a reason to kick you out.
Let me tell you something, man. Yeah, he really does give bottom of the barrel, though. And I'm not talking about just, what I'm seeing. I'm talking about just the way he talks. He really just gives like living life at the bottom. Just bottom of the barrel. Thinking, bottom of the barrel, decision making decisions from just the lackiest of lack. Like it just.
So women have to be psychic, but he just could not figure it out. The self-awareness went to, yes, that's what I'm saying. Like the same thing he's accusing them of, like, you should know, you should choose better. Then for him, he's like, how would I know? How could I have known? Are you dumb? You're dumb. The gate drama is weaponized incompetence, men pretending that they can't do a simple task in order to frustrate or antagonize their women into doing the task for them. Yeah, and I think in some ways it could be even more significant than that, where he's just fighting for his respect in his life. And this was a moment to like stick it to her, to get her back for feeling like he's useless and nothing. And she's like, no, the next time you come in my face, you're going to leave. Oh, you come in my face, goodbye. She's been wanting to go.
He just was like, oh, I'm just barbershop talk.
Right.
Barbershop talk is going to be the ruination. Well, it's already ruined, but just the final nail in the coffin.
Exactly.
You think that you could take accountability and be like, yeah, I make a lot of bad choices in women. I fall for this type every single time. That's my fault.
He just did.
Is that what he said?
No,
not really.
I'm trying. He's trying to break.
We're moving on. Yeah, the accountability conversation.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
And it's a big mess.
And I don't even think that we actually got to the kind of accountability that we had in mind.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of talking about accountability in like personal situations, but not like as a whole.
Yeah.
In general.
Except for Kella, who strongly believes that all women are just not accountable at all. So there's that.
It can be said for both genders. Right. Everybody struggles. And I think I said it here. Everybody struggles with accountability.
Exactly. I think at the end we finally got to like some type of like, okay, I guess we're all wrong. You know, I love a clean transition.
What? Why are these cutaways necessary? They're so useless. Like, I am so sorry. As someone who is trying to be better and is long-winded and annoying sometimes, and I can critique myself, I can critique them. This is wild that you thought cutting away to say, oh, we didn't even get to the accountability question that we wanted to get to was useful. How about getting there? How about getting there? How about actually bringing it up? How about talking about it? Like, it is weird to be like, oh, let me just cut away to say, hey guys, we were going to do the accountability question. I was talking more generally. Okay, back to the video. You thought we needed to know that. Why? What did that add? Nothing. And I'm not like
more of them for their audience that may like
an audience, girl. Be better. Be better. This is like wild to me. Like, the cutaway annoys me because it distracts so much from the actual conversation. And not only does it not add to anything, it takes away like a lot. It drags the content down from my perspective. Just no. Stop doing that cutaway. If you go explain, make it the video where you're explaining it and you talking about the video is more than the actual video itself. Because what you're doing right now is you're playing the video, then you're coming in to say nothing. Don't do that. It's cheap content. I said what I said.
Segue.
Yeah, I love a good segue. So, what is that one thing that makes you the problem?
Ooh, you talk about.
You want to start with me?
No,
You look right at me.
no. Let's start.
I did a sweet. To be fair,
she did do a sweet.
Did I start last time?
She like any takers?
You usually start.
You usually
Like
start.
Okay.
I'll start.
Okay.
This time.
I'm the problem because I can be inconsistent. I can admit that.
Oh my God.
I can be
Accountability.
That was very accountable.
I can be
Yeah,
inconsistent.
yes,
And
very accountable.
I can tell you the reason why I'm inconsistent. That's how I was raised.
Mm.
He just removed the whole accountability. So what? He said, I can be accountable. I'm inconsistent. Oh, also because that's how I was raised. So blame the people. Like, he didn't just say, I can be inconsistent in these areas. I know that, and I'm trying to do better. I'm improving in these very specific ways without blaming or finding an excuse or an explanation. He just goes right into an excuse. And no actionable
and his
anything.
buddy ain't clocked that because when it's accountability, ooh, and then immediately
also, saying something about yourself negative is not accountability. I don't think they understand what accountability is. Accountability would look like you doing something about this, you addressing, saying I have this issue is not itself accountability. It's an acknowledgement of an issue, but it's not itself accountability.
Let me tell you something. They do not want to see accountability. They do not want to see women being accountable. They do not want to see women being accountable.
Because they keep talking, and if women should take accountability for how the community is, you might not like that for real, Vitamin. They might not actually like that.
They're not going to like it. Let me tell you, and this is not me trying to toot my everything. You and me have talked in depth about certain changes I made in my life and decisions I made and everything to be accountable. They do not everybody doing what I do.
Because someone said, let me take accountability, and they're like, genocide. Sorry. I don't agree. I do not agree with this. But someone was like, all right, girls, let's do accountability. They're like, yeah, genocide. Like,
it ain't even going to, that's what I'm trying to say. That won't even be necessary. Yeah. I'm extreme with it. Once I pay attention to implications. I follow it to the logical conclusion. And I'm willing to go all the way there. And I went all the way there. They don't want accountability.
Yeah.
You were raised to be inconsistent?
I was raised around inconsistency.
We're
as an example.
a little bit towards lack of accountability.
Why is it lack of accountability?
Clocked it. Thank you, lady. She clocked it. She clocked it. Good. I hate saying the word clocked, and it becomes a regular part of my vocabulary now. It's very unfortunate, actually.
You don't have to say it. You
That's
I continue.
the example I got.
Yeah.
That's everything
That's
that
a real
happened to me.
thing.
And so I latched on to that, and
Okay.
I'm inconsistent.
But
I'm
let
inconsistent.
me shoot him some bell. He's saying the way he was raised, but he's not saying that's an excuse for why he's not.
We don't know if he's saying that. 'cause
Right, we
we're
don't
not
know.
there.
We don't know. All
He
you
said
said-
it right after he said the thing. You said he was being accountable, and then he said it right after, like, well, it's not really me.
Yeah. Yeah, but not only that, it's not even accountability, even if he says it, because he's not doing anything about it. Imagine, like, I'm a killer. I'm accountable because I told you I'm a killer. It's like, are you gonna stop killing? Like, are you gonna turn yourself in? Like, what are you gonna be doing about this?
A bit of an excuse, but it's not.
It's a lot of-
I don't hold on to that because I'm working toward getting away from that.
There we go. Do the
I'm
work.
working towards getting away from that. I have a rebellious spirit, and certain things I'm not going to take. And so that leads to me being.
How I'm working. How are you working toward? Like, oh my God. Again, these men don't know accountability if it slapped them in the face.
At the end of the day, it sounds like he has his own ways, and he's comfortable with it, and he's working on it, at the level that he's comfortable with working on it. But that's what women are doing too. But for them, it's just, absolute non-accountability type of
Right.
Inconsistent because I'm just like, I'm not going to keep doing this and you doing that. I was perfect. You're treating me wrong. Why am I continue being perfect and doing the best I can do? And then it starts tapering off.
Inconsistency, right?
And then I get into the inconsistency, and I should.
You were per who? You were per what?
That's what.
You were per when? You were per why? You didn't say per. You did not sit yourself up there looking like you look with the hat you have on, talking about you were perfect until they messed up and then you became inconsistent.
I need the parameters of perfect. What are the
perfect
parameters
illusion,
of perfection?
Perfectly delusional. Ain't no perfection nowhere, girls. Stop. He was perfect. Is that
Banty
before,
baby,
after you
yes. That's
started?
that good guy behavior. Put a pin in that for later.
I know for a fact he don't think he was perfect. Look, no, I ain't gonna do it. I have a rebellious spirit, aka I didn't put the gate up because she asked me to, and because I want to prove she's not watching the kids at every millisecond. Yep. That's what rebellious spirit. You have to read the subtext. I'm very happy the chat.
Implications.
The chat is
Implications.
yeah. The chat deep in the chat. Men's fault equal women need to take accountability. Women's fault equal women need to take accountability. Child, women need to, yeah, girl, everyone's saying women need to take accountability. And I feel like women should start showing them what accountability look like. Leave them alone in the dust.
And I'm working, striving every day towards that end because, baby, it gets to a point.
Yep. And it is at that point.
It's past that point.
Be consistent. I should blow all that stuff off, and I should, I should be consistent. But sometimes I can be inconsistent with it.
I wouldn't call that rebellion. That is good, but I wouldn't call it rebellion. It's reactionary.
You did not give him anything the whole time. Do you see this energy that you're giving him? We're like listening and we're responding and we're engaged. You're like, so what was it that you were thinking?
I mean, okay, so Zell and I are friends, so we've talked, but it's just like the pull out the violin.
Yeah.
And I really don't mean to be, like inconsiderate in any way. I honestly have tried not to be that way, right? But I've had my moments where like every conversation with my friends is like, guess what else happened? Like, guess what else was going on? Guess what happened? It's just like, because you want to get it out, you want to talk about it, and you want to be understood, you want to be validated. And so I totally get it. But I just think hearing some of the stuff again in this episode, it was just like, all right.
Why are you the problem, Trav?
Why am I the problem? Oh, God.
Don't agree with me. Explain what that was.
Child, can we skip this part? I don't even care. I'm so sorry. I don't even care what their problem is. It's like,
gosh, me being the problem, it's so hard. I think I'm great, but you know,
it's okay if you don't have any flaws. That's
no, I have flaws for sure. I mean, maybe I'm a little argumentative. Maybe
Really?
I don't know. I'm trying. Like,
So you're combative.
no, I'm not gonna say I'm combative.
That's argumentative.
I mean,
Same word, yeah.
Thanks. Anybody else? Okay.
No. You're being argumentative.
That's my girl. I'm not finna.
Oh, you think I'm argumentative? No, do you think
I don't think you're argumentative.
Oh, okay, I'm
I do think argumentative and combative can be synonymous.
I think that's funny because she's like, so if you think I'm argumentative because I'm not.
Okay, so
like,
here's what I will say is that I think in the past I have been a little passive.
Okay.
And I think that's definitely an issue. Seeking validation, definitely an issue. So like accepting more than what I should because I want to be validated.
Right.
very worded very well.
That's good.
Yeah.
Not upholding a standard
Mhm.
is something that you need to be accountable
Yeah.
for. Because that makes
100%. Like, so when you look in the mirror, it's like, bro, he got through because I did not hold up my standard.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or I didn't have a standard when I met him.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, I mean-
Lauren, why are you the problem?
He's like, I
Why are you
know.
the problem, Lauren?
See, isn't it hard?
So hard.
And you had time to think while I was thinking.
And I
See?
thought about that. No, I
See?
know what I want to say, but I don't know if this is a real answer.
Uh-oh.
I think that I can be the problem. Okay, I think that I can be the problem because sometimes love is a conquest for me. And once I have conquered it, I'm ready to move on to something else.
So inconsistency?
Inconsistent.
Or, yeah, that could be inconsistency.
Is that inconsistent?
Yeah.
That's also a very good answer too.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I had a very more simple answer, but it's
Some
under
of
the
them-
umbrella of what you just
okay.
said.
Yeah, some of the other things I talk up pretty quickly. I try to be accountable. I'm not perfect, but I make changes when you ask me to make changes, which is another component of love being a conquest. Because what do you want? I'll do it because at the end of the day, I'm gonna get what I want.
Yeah.
But then once I get it, it's like,
need
did I
to be challenged.
want it because you are worth wanting, or did I want it because I'm not a loser and I get the things that I decide that I want? So then I might walk away from something that I once thought that I wanted, and that might have hurt people in the past. And I think that's what makes me the problem. And it is a very nuanced answer. It does show itself in a bunch of different ways.
I thought it was good.
Thank you. But I want to know what you were going to say. Like,
I was pretty much saying you cut niggas off fast and you can.
That is an interesting psychology, actually. I actually would like to talk to her about that personally, not like online. That's interesting. I find that interesting.
he's sitting there talking about, I was saying something else. And then he says exactly what she said.
Let me just say this. When you listen to these two women speak and then you listen to these two men speak, the intellectual difference, whatever. Nothing. It's fine. Whatever.
You can be a dick sometimes.
Yeah, I can.
But it's
Which
like,
I think was evident in today's conversation.
Yeah, but you can be a dick sometimes, but you also like your block or move on game is fast once it's like. But Lauren is wanting, and when she gets, she spot on to what I was thinking.
Pause it real quick.
It was like Lauren.
He hangs around her because that's all he's going to get from her. She was someone he wanted and he was never going to get it. And so he just sniffing around,
That's the vibe I get, but I wasn't going to say it because he married. So yeah. No. She's not interrupting me. I think that's kind of how we talk. That's how we talk. It's not a problem. If I felt interrupted, I would have addressed it. Thank you, theme is today my birthday. Happy birthday! I would sing happy birthday to you, but my voice isn't 100. So happy birthday.
Likes a little difficulty, and if it's like if you're controllable, once you're controlled or once you're that, Lauren really will be like,
she can conquer you, she eats.
I gotta move on. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna answer the question now.
But I have an excuse.
Yeah, you do.
I have all brothers and men.
Sounds like a lack of accountability.
It is.
So listen.
It is. That's why I said it.
The reason that I'm the problem, I feel like, is like I don't really compromise. A lot of the time, it's hard for me to change.
That's good.
So it's like Lauren always preached like, hey, you got to relax. Meeting her, I was under the impression all the time that I have to 100% say and be honest about everything I'm thinking. Because if I'm not, I'm being dishonest with my partner. I'm being dishonest with myself. But bro, you cannot. And it doesn't mean you have to be dishonest, but some as men we can't say. We can't.
Like,
I don't know. It's just certain.
You know what?
Pull up your chairs, get your earbuds on, you turn up your TV volume, come close. Come close for this degeneracy.
This is it, guys. Strap in.
You know what, though?
You
You know
can't.
what, though?
I disagree. I
It's
think
a-
you can say it.
But
You
but
need-
but Lauren,
I
I'm
think
and-
wondering,
it's-
like, what
and
does
no, because the reality, and look, even though Lauren could disagree, the reality is not what y'all want to hear ever.
Nope.
Y'all think y'all do.
Here we go.
This is my absolute least favorite conversation with Kello. We have been arguing about this for years, literally. I'm pretty sure that one of the times where I like tried to throw something at his head, it stemmed from this type of
Oh God!
conversation.
Oh God!
And you guys are gonna have to tell us what you think. Kello swears up and down that women do not want the truth, the unadulterated truth.
Yeah.
My perspective is that while that may be true in some cases, we know the women that don't want the truth. I feel like you know those women, right? But most women need the truth, and they're not.
Let me tell you what I don't like. I don't like people who had the people in front of them and then go behind their back to talk mess. I don't like those people. I don't like people who, instead of holding your dusty friend accountable in their face, you go behind their back and edit in yourself responding to a video that you were in. That is weird. That is weird behavior. Sit there. She does address it live in the moment. But this is not necessary. Drag him in front of his face. Tell him he's degenerate in front of his face.
I did not watch the full thing, like the full conversation. So there was something she was talking about earlier, and I kind of had that same thought too, of just like, wait, why didn't they just talk about it? Like, this does feel kind of like talking about them behind their back type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why are you? Because and do I disagree with anything that they're saying? Absolutely not. I don't. But it is kind of like now it went from, oh, we had a conversation and unfortunately he showed himself, to now you've totally made him into content, and it's like, so maybe now kind of
this would have pissed me off. If you brought me in your thing and we're talking and then I leave and I come and you can review it, fine. But don't start adding things that you shoulda, woulda, coulda said. No, you had the time. You also have my number. So if you want to review, come back, call me back and we can review together.
right. Because even in the editing room, not even in the editing room, honestly, I think at a certain point, if I was, oh, come on, y'all. If I was having a conversation with someone and they were like showing themselves to this degree to where I was like appalled, I think that I would either like not air it or, have the conversation with I would handle it different than this. If I aired it at all, like it wouldn't be a thing of like, I might even maybe sit with them, and I don't know, but this is giving me a bit more of context in terms of why the apology. But even the apology she did, it didn't say.
But I have a question. So we're gonna go back because I just saw a video titled, "Have you watched Sinners?"
Not yet.
Okay, never mind. Because there's a black woman in there. No. It's not even a spoiler, but you need to see who I'm talking about. She's like a hoodoo priestess or whatever.
I know the characters.
Oh, you know that. All right. So that lady, forgot her real name. Someone made a video, thought our discomfort with the average looking black woman and her natural features.
That woman is not average looking at all. There is nothing average looking about that woman. Like, they played her way down in the movie, I would say, but even still, but she is nothing is average.
Yeah, no. The creator of this video is trying to defend black women, and that's fine. But nothing about that woman is average. Like
At
you,
all.
you not
At
like
all.
her face. No, absolutely not. So no.
That
Sorry.
face.
That's weird. Like, don't put her in your thumbnail. Go find someone else. Like that. No.
That just shows you how pervasive fat phobia is. Because
Yeah.
the only reason they're saying that about her is because she's plus size, and it ain't like she's sloppy and everything is tight and right.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just
I'm not.
big.
To have the
Sorry. Yeah, that's a weird take to have on her. And who is uncomfortable with her? I've not heard anything about a backlash about her.
Because initially people were saying like when her and Michael B. Jordan had their first scene together, they were confused about the nature of their relationship. They thought she was his mother. There are people that were saying like they thought she was his mother or something.
Oh, I didn't know that. I saw them and I looked.
But
like
again,
like,
it is so technically yes, it is because she's a larger, dark. She doesn't fit what Hollywood puts as an ingenue. A love interest.
But I thought they looked good together. Actually, they look like this way. When I left the theater, I was like, "Oh, black love, blah blah blah." I thought they looked amazing together. Michael B. Jordan and her on the same attractive level, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't.
She might be better looking. Honestly, that woman is stunning.
No, Michael B. Jordan did not have better chemistry with Haley. He had better chemistry with the boy who played the guitar. They got the best chemistry.
I've never seen it from Michael B. Jordan. I'm not at all trying to call him unattractive, but maybe because I just always see him as younger.
No, I don't know.
Like too young for me to look at him that way. I don't know. He just always gave younger guy. He doesn't give like grown. I don't know how to say this without it sounding like I'm trying to drag him. I'm not. I just don't see him that way.
Gotcha.
The truth. Exactly. Because if they had the truth, they would have made different decisions.
Right.
Here we go. I'm about to get big. Hold on. Can I land?
Continue.
The argument, the reality that y'all think y'all want, y'all act like y'all want XXX, but y'all really want PG-13. The answer never, 100% never coincides with what y'all want, ever. What we are is not what y'all want us to be, ever.
I want to say something.
The reason, I'm positive.
100%.
1,000%.
I don't disagree, but you got to finish so I can get to my point.
Okay.
This is what makes you the problem.
I'm gonna put a bow in because it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change.
No.
So it's like, so listen. So the reality of this.
Mind you, I agree with him. What women want on what these men are. Point blank and period. I don't know why she's fighting.
Listen, it's not. I'm gonna let him say what he want to say, but I will say it's not that I necessarily disagree with what he said in terms of the reality of it. Because I say all the time, I'm not here trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm not here to argue with these men. I'm here to listen. And based off of everything I've heard, it's true. But again, it's the implications of what that means. And then it's going to also be the context of, okay, well, that's fine for you to think and feel that way. But you don't get to determine the fact that you think and feel that way has nothing to do with how the other person gets to interact with the information.
Yeah.
And he winds up having like an attitude or feeling like the women are doing something wrong because of their natural responses to something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think he just has a natural aversion to women speaking to him and engaging with him. And again, fully understand that trigger for him. I assume he had that trigger without him talking. I just was like, oh, yeah, he probably had a terrible engagement his whole life with women. So, I mean, it is what it is.
The situation is so real that me and him have an understanding, just meeting each other, that we can't. Now, when the reality doesn't coincide with what y'all want, right? Y'all kind of force it. Everything about society and the way we date and the way we are right now is almost forced by what we're supposed to say and how we're supposed to act for women. If men were our real selves, there really wouldn't be too much marriage.
Okay.
There'd be a lot of crazy going on if men were the one at the forefront. Now, if you dating a guy,
imagine what that means. Right? Imagine a man telling you that if men were supposed to be their real selves, you wouldn't like them, there wouldn't be marriages. Like, how long can you hide who you are? Your real self will show up with you at some point. So if he's saying what he's saying is true, just call it, stick a fork in it and call it done.
That's not even the worst of it. But I would
No,
like
it's not.
to hearken. I would like to hearken back to the thing I wrote down. He said, and I quote, "Why am I meeting ain't shit niggas?" This is what he was saying that the women need to be asking themselves when they're having these experiences with men, and this is what they believe men are. Now, keep that in mind. Just put that right here on the table to the side, and then you heard what he just said, and then listen to the rest of what he's going to say.
And to clarify, he is saying men aren't being their real self, they're lying. Then he's asking, why are you only dating ain't-ish N-words? Because you said they're lying. Sorry.
If you date a guy, because 99% of the time, 99% of the time, which we alluded to earlier, 99% of the time, let's say I think that Lauren is a 6, right? But I want to hit it. Hypothetical, I want to hit it. I want to ask everybody, what do you think would work for me more? Lauren, you all right, but for real, dog, you're not all that. I deserve better. I still want to smash. Once I'm done, I don't want to talk to you no more, and please don't call me, right? A lot of times that's reality, right? Or if it's good, I might run it back, right? It's hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how far do you think that narrative gets me with Lauren? Don't you all?
All right, let's play the Dusty game. Not far. If she has self-worth and value and wanted a relationship, probably not far. There's some women it will work with because they're not looking for anything either. But let's say with her, it doesn't get too far. She said, no, I don't want that. That's not what I want. I wanted a relationship with you, but you don't find me attractive. You only want to sleep with me, so no. All right, we're good. We got your point. Let's continue.
All speak at once. It's not gonna get me very far, is it?
You ain't going nowhere.
My
Might be in the
brother,
negative.
my brother. Have we all felt like that before?
Plenty of times.
Where it's like, I don't like you. I want to hit it. I don't want a relationship. That's the reality. Women go, but tell me that. Where would that get us?
Nowhere.
Where it should get you. Where it should get you. If you say women don't want the truth. No, they do, so they can make informed decisions about how they're going to interact with you. What you are saying is, if I want to sleep with her, I don't tell her the truth. That is different from saying women don't want the truth. You dusty, disgusting, degenerate, useless, weak, ain't nothing, a B person. Like you're a toxic degenerate. This man is a degenerate. Point blank, period. Go ahead, level up.
2 things. One is, remember, he said him and that man don't know each other. This is their first time meeting. And he said this is the understanding that they have. You got to listen to these men. This is the understanding that they have just off of manhood, TM. This is the understanding that they have. That's number 1. Number 2, he said, I deserve better. This is something, and this is about man logic. This is about the idea that men are logical and women are emotional. Man logic is, I want what I want. And it makes sense that I want what I want. And it makes sense that I do whatever I can to get what I want. And in a general sense, I don't disagree with that. Here's where it gets sketchy. Here's where you get me fucked up. This idea that I, not being you, because you're going to do whatever you want to do, but me being the person, you know, the victim, basically, that I should be okay and go, oh, that makes sense. If or when it's revealed that you did this thing. We're not supposed to be upset. We're not supposed to think they're bad people because it's logical. And this
go back to the question of why do you keep dating ain't-ish N-words? Go back to that.
That's there on the table as well. That's there on the table as well. But I tell you what, because it has to be the woman's fault, because then they continue to be able to be good men. He's an upstanding, the lady's apology about, portraying him in this light. Mind you, everything you said from when he said, in my marriage, I be feeling like I can't say what I really feel. That was the extended version. So they started from there instead of just the part where he was like, y'all think y'all want the X-rated version, but y'all want the, that was the original clip. But then to clear it up, they extended it to the part where he said something about his marriage. He's talking about, not being able to be honest within his marriage. Okay, cool. What's that called? Explain more. How did we get to, if I want to sleep with someone, even though I don't really like them and I don't really want them for anything beyond that encounter, don't I gotta lie to get them to do it? Because otherwise they're not going to do it.
But but here's the thing too. You say you have to lie to get them to do what you want them to do. How does that mean they don't want the truth? I don't know how your mind, the one brain cell that you have operating on, how that answers the question and explains in any meaningful way why women don't want the truth.
Because it's not, they usually, when men are talking, they do not say the full thing. And I'm not saying that he doesn't, he means the full thing, or he thinks he means the full thing. He doesn't. They'll just say one thing, but there's more to it. I'm talking about, for anyone that has any kind of brain capacity. Women can't handle the truth of what I think and feel, and will still acquiesce to what it is that I want. That's really what it is. But by cutting off that end part, they get to say, oh, this is just logic. This is just what it is. It's just the way it is. It's just biology. It's just nature. It's just society. It's just the way it's done. It's traditional. You get what I'm saying? By cutting that last part off, because why? That last part contains the accountability. That last part contains the part where you have crossed boundaries.
Yeah. Women don't want the truth means if I'm to get what I want, they cannot know the truth.
Right. They can, and it's infantilizing women, but in an opposite way than, typically people do, because it's saying
not infantilizing. It's abusing.
It is abusing, but I'm saying in from their perspective, it's like, oh, because women don't know what they want, and they don't, they're not able to make the right decision. The right decision always having what it is that they want.
I don't believe that. I don't believe they believe that. I get what you're saying. I don't believe they believe that.
They say it all the time. Women are emotional. Women don't know. Women need to be led by men. This and that and the other. It's about this. It's infusing that idea
they don't believe that
women
either.
don't know how to make decisions. Women don't make the right decisions.
They don't believe
and
that
I'm not
either.
saying it's not abuse. I'm not taking abuse out of it.
Yeah, I don't think they believe that either. I think that these are low self-esteem people working on the lowest form of human emotions, the base nature of humanity, and I think they know to some degree that they're useless.
They know, but I'm saying in their yes, inside, deep somewhere inside, yes, but I'm saying their consciousness and what they're
no. I mean consciously.
They're good people. They believe they're good men. Because that's how they walk around, talk about some, oh, you just met these bad men, I don't understand. You're just bitter type of thing.
Look what the one in the black hat is about to do. They know what they're doing, and they know it's trash. And the one in the black hat is going to exempt himself from that dusty conversation. Hey, leftover chocolate man. He looks exactly what his shirt says, Dumb and Dumber. I don't know why women out here falling in love with any of these men. Women should only be with men for financial stability, and anything else that will benefit them. No love should be involved. Not you dragging, talking about only financially. I want to believe in love. I want to believe in love.
exactly where it's supposed to get you. Because a girl who doesn't want that arrangement is allowed and has the freedom to say no thank you. So you can go find the girl who does want the arrangement.
100%.
So that's what I made a video about this.
But I don't want the girl to want the arrangement, I want you.
So that's what I'm saying. You don't really want me.
Yes,
you
I
want
do.
an
That right there. I don't want the girl that's okay with the arrangement. I want you. That is something that has been the bane of my existence since I became aware of it. That mentality of, yeah, I know I could have what it is that I want, and it would be easier, and it would be, better for all people involved because everyone is fully consenting. Everyone's fully consenting to it. I don't want it. I want to take what I want from you, knowing full well that if you knew the truth, you would not want it from me, or you would not give it to me. And we're supposed to operate in this
is how dumb he is. So the fact that he said that out loud is wild to me. Like, I know people are degenerate. I understand that there are people who are degenerate. The fact that he said that out loud and not catch it himself is insane to me. Like, that is insane. That is like the lowest form of intellect. Like, the fact that he couldn't recognize, like, oh wait, I am talking about them not wanting the truth, but what I mean is I can't give them the truth because I want what I want, and a lie is gonna get me what I want. The fact that he couldn't do that, like, very simple mental processing, is actually kind of scary to me. He's so confident.
He was vibing. He was vibing. He was just, he got real comfortable, and he just was letting it flow.
Not first thing Monday morning. Thank you, Leftover Chocolate Man. You said let it flow, and so I had to do the Tony Braxton. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I was like, what? I was looking for the comment that says something about Monday morning.
Let it flow. And this is why there is a male loneliness crisis, period, point blank. Point blank, period.
But that
who doesn't want.
I'm sorry, because I don't. This is what women are expected. Women who are still interested in partnering with men. This is what women have to contend with. This idea that a man can see a woman, recognize he does not want this woman. He even added he doesn't like this woman. So I feel like that's extra than just like you can see somebody and be like, oh, I would want to, do, but I don't want to have a relationship with that person. He added on, I don't like this person.
I mean, the pastor and his wife that we discussed.
Listen, I can only imagine, the fallout, like I said, for them to come back and be like, oh, we didn't mean to, it's causing problems, so whatever, but that's what he gets, But this is what women are contending with. If you want partnership, that there are people out here, there's no rhyme or reason for that, is the point. Like, do you remember when we were talking about my book and I was talking about how, like, I got sideswiped by something my baby's father did, and I was like, there was no way for me to conceive that anything like that could or would happen, because I would never do that to anyone. That's just not something that would even I had any point of reference for.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is he's saying it like, oh yeah, it's just and I know dude over there, I think he's just a little bit smarter than him.
Yes.
But it's not, I don't feel like it's like, oh, it's beneath him. He's just smart enough to know, let me not be on this camera co-signing him.
Yeah. Yep.
Because
this is what Nick Cannon said.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen, when I hear these things, these are not new concepts to me. When I talk about the time I spent in the manosphere, opened my eyes. Not every person, and mind you, not every man was like as malicious, because there's an underlying maliciousness or malice that's coming through, energetically from this one. Not all of them were like that. There were some that were just like, hey, this is the game, and so if I got paid for it, I'll pay for it.
White shirt You said there's a malice coming from
Yeah,
white.
yeah.
Yeah, that obviously.
And so not every man is malicious with it. Some of them have what they call it, red pilled or whatever, but they've accepted it to a point where they're like, look, this is the ecosystem, and if I gotta grease some palms to get what I want, I'm willing to do it, that type of thing. But it's not just, oh, these guys over here and these guys over here. It's a spectrum. And that's why I took umbrage with a certain person coming over here and just kind of lumping us all in as misandrous and this and that and the other. Because you can't watch something like this. And like I said, hopefully it's sunk in for some of you guys who didn't know.
No, it won't. They're gonna watch it and they're gonna say, oh, it's some of them, and it's not enough.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is there's a certain level of aware, like when you hear something like that, that's not something you could just shake off. And you're going to hear it again. And you're going to hear it from somebody who's never seen this man, never met this man. Because that's literally how it is. Anybody who have watched Westworld and remember when the robots was going and whispering in each other's ear and waking themselves up, that's what it is. Once you hear certain things like that, it's not going to leave you, and you're going to start seeing it.
You underestimate male worship, but okay.
I mean, listen, you're right.
The only broke men will not tell the truth. Men with money will be upfront. I don't think all men with money will be upfront. Thank you. Who married?
Want that arrangement is allowed and has the freedom to say no thank you. So you can go find the girl who does want the arrangement.
100%.
So that is what I made a video about this.
But I don't want the girl to want the arrangement. I want you.
So that's what I'm saying. You don't really want me.
Yes,
you
I do.
want an encounter with me.
I do.
You want and you don't want
I want an encounter with you. Yes. I don't want you. I want the encounter. However you word it. Yeah.
You can't have everything you want.
I can get the encounter if I lie.
That's my point.
Okay.
So it's not that she doesn't want the truth.
But if I tell you the reality, am I getting the encounter?
Okay, so what you're describing is not a woman not wanting the truth. It's you not wanting the truth.
It is her. She doesn't want the truth really.
No, she
because
doesn't.
Does she want me to tell her that I want just the encounter? Is that what she wants?
Yes, that's what she wants, so she can tell you no. What do you mean? Like I'm so he's so dumb. Like I don't understand how he's this dumb. I don't understand how he's so detached from the fact that he's explaining him needing to manipulate to get what he wants. It had nothing. What he's saying has nothing to do with her and what she wants at all. So to turn that and say, oh, she just don't want the truth. No, she does not want the truth from you. It's not like a reality. That's something you made up in your head. She wants the truth. You just don't want her truth. She wants you to give your truth and you don't want hers. Act out on that. Like, someone asked a question. I can't find a question. That is insane to me. And the thing is, like, he's not only degenerate and seemingly abusive, the abuse is not real. I'm just assuming based on what he's saying, there's no validity behind that. He's dumb. No. It's not just evil. He's dumb. He's dumb. It's not just evil. It is evil and abusive, but he's dumb. You don't say this out loud. If you are a smart, evil person, you don't say this out loud. You're muted.
No, I was reading the comments. I was reading one of the comments.
She wants the truth. He doesn't want to get rejected. That's why he's lying. Yeah. Yes, like, come on, like, this is wild. Everyone with a brain cell knows what's happening except him. And the thing is, he's so caught up in his ego and debating right now that he's unable to, like, think through what he's unable to, like, actually think through what he's saying.
Implications.
Wait, why do y'all say he's not dumb? He is dumb. This is dumb. He can be dumb and evil. Being dumb doesn't mean you're not evil. The thought and the thing you want to do make you evil. The execution and the discussion about it make you dumb. I think when y'all hear me say he's dumb, you think that is the excuse for his evil behavior. That because he's dumb, this action is occurring. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this action is occurring because he's evil. That is separate from the fact that he's talking about this action without fully engaging with it to know that, wait, if I'm saying I'm going to rob a bank, maybe I should not announce that I'm about to rob a bank to the public. You robbing the bank is still bad. You announcing it is also separate. He's dumb and evil. And he is dumb. He is dumb. Trust and believe the only reason his wife married is that now everyone knows and she married a moron.
But can you imagine his wife seeing that? Can you imagine? Because the way it sounds like this blew up in their little circle. The way that the apology caption was on the revised clip, it just seemed like it hit the fan.
I mean, this is cause for divorce immediately to me, but to each their own.
Wishes in her brain.
No, hold on. It's not about.
She wants me to tell her she wants me to let her know what my intentions are so she can make her decision.
Kello.
But
yes. Yes.
And hear how he's saying that? Like it's a problem. Like she's wrong.
She wants me to tell her what my intentions are so she can make her decision. Yes.
He said it with a whole attitude.
Not a whole attitude. Not a whole attitude. Yes. She wants you to tell the truth so she can make a decision. Sin said, the fact that men are okay with lying to women that he knows doesn't want him and wouldn't choose to be with him if he wasn't lying needs to be studied. How are you lying to get women, but you are the prize? Because they know there ain't no prize. They know for a fact ain't no prize. You are not the prize. The prize cannot be the thing that is running the race. The prize is the thing you get at the end of the race. The quickest way to know if you're the prize or not is to see if you're the one putting in the effort.
Oh,
thank you.
You know what? I'm glad you say that. And I keep thinking, because this part of when you interviewed me about my book the first time, and I was talking about how that was how my baby father was able to trip me, because I'm like, why were you putting in all, like he put in some effort, you know what I mean, to manufacture my consent to get me up there to, you know what I mean?
Yo, oh, these people gonna piss me off. It's personal, but one of the things that just blew me. That just, ugh. I'm gonna drag them instead. I'm gonna drag
Wait,
them.
what happened?
We'll
talk after. It's all right.
I wish more Black women start waking up and leave these type of men alone. They're telling you what it is and how they have been using you and getting what they want. Sad that the ugly ones up there flex.
I just want to take this moment to let Leftover Chocolate Man know you are a delight. You have been a ray of sunshine for these last. Well, thank you for finding us.
She's getting blocked.
I'm a fan of your work.
She's getting blocked. She's getting blocked immediately.
I'm a huge fan of your work.
But the reality,
she doesn't want just an encounter with you.
That's my point, bro.
So it's not that she doesn't want the truth. She does want the truth so that she can decline.
She doesn't want the reality. So if it's a guy you like and he feels that way, that's what you want him to tell you?
Yes, I can walk away and not deal with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to
Fair
know
enough.
how you feel for real.
That's
Okay.
literally yes.
Cool.
Brianna, get out of my business. Brianna, get out of my business. I'm not going to put your comment out. Get out of my business. Just go ahead and get out. Just go ahead and get out of my business.
It sounds like you can't accept rejection.
Yeah.
And in this conversation,
So you lie because you can't accept
lie
rejection.
because you can't accept rejection. Because your confidence and your ego can't take it.
Can't take
Is
it.
what it sounds like to me.
And that is true for men though.
And they'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
My thing is, all men, even though we have different attributes.
See, even that, this is one of the first cutaways where I'm like, okay, get in there, dig in. Nothing.
I mean, can we be honest? This wasn't like hard hitting stuff. The material, it is what it is.
Yeah, but they're annoying me.
And if we did it too good, we wouldn't be able to come. We would be able to come and drop these pearls, so
in front of swine. I ain't dropping my pearls in front of swines.
We're not. We're dropping it in front of beautiful, educated, sophisticated.
Oh no, I'm
people.
talking about them. Like reviewing them is for their benefit.
Let me tell you the way, especially him, would never ever breathe the same air as me. If I have anything to do with it.
Well, I mean, you might not be breathing. If
You're right, because he gonna be platinum.
Dudes, we all think the same.
I think that.
So I don't think any man, Barack Obama wanted to smash Michelle Obama. So it's not like you meet her and it's like, oh man, flowers and sun. I want to take her on dates and like, no, you want to smash. We all want to smash. We all think the same. Some men have more discipline. Some men have better words. R&B and hip.
My stomach literally just turned.
See, when men get caught up in their degeneracy, what I hate the most is when they try to do the collective.
Yes.
Like, no, you got caught being sloppy. Not only how you look, but in your mentality. So ain't no we girl.
I might have did a few TikToks about this. When men are talking, and I've said this plenty of times before, when men are talking, they do not take ownership of their ideas. It's always all men do it. It's biological. There's always a reason why. Why? Because they know it's degenerate.
Yeah.
And so in knowing that it's degenerate, they feel that there's protection in, but it's not just me, it's all of us. And you can't kick all of us out. Watch me. Yeah. Watch me. It's always the collective. They never own it. And even it's so funny because they try to make it like the differences in the ways that women communicate and things makes them flawed. Women are emotional. Women will always say, I feel, I think. That's accountability. That's ownership. I think this. I feel this. Men do this. A man is this. A man is that. Men do this. Men think this. Men are supposed to be. It's always got to be the collective. They can never stand on their own laurels.
I would love to hear what most men think for real, like the unfiltered truth from men. Like I would love, because like
I will send you something. I will send you if it's still there. I will send you a channel, and I'm telling you that channel above all channels.
No. But that's the problem is, I don't know how much men, because like for me this is revolting, and there is this like, oh, Themis, you're different, but like not. I don't know that my friends would like agree with this. Like I don't know that, and so like most of them are white, but like I just cannot accept that this is like how men think. Like what, like him, white shirt, bald head. It just feels so degenerate and low that like even him uttering it out feels like he has to. If we know for a fact that this is how upwards of 80% of men think, what does that say about engagement with men?
I will say this. because I haven't done any formal studies or anything. So I
There is
cannot.
none. There's none. There is none on this.
I cannot definitively say that 80%. I can't give you a number, right? But I can say that, like I said, once I started watching channels where men were just talking like this amongst themselves, I started being able to match that up with experiences I had prior, and B, pay attention moving forward and find alignment in experiences I was having. You get what I'm saying? So I can't say definitive, but I trust myself. I trust my intuition. I trust my cognition. And so once the data was calculated, for me, it was clear I was done.
Yeah. Haven't we been hearing the real thoughts of men online for like the past 5 years? I'm trying to figure out if that is like online capture or if that's what men think. Because like even the good men, and I'm gonna throw FD in here. I see FD, I think not me, but like I think we see FD as the good guy, but FD provides cover for the bad guys. And so there is this like, I don't know. I'm trying to calculate in my mind. So like I'm trying to find the best of men, right? I want to find like not Obama, but less than Obama, and find what like an actual good quote unquote guy, the average guy, believes about this. Because this is insane. Like this feels insane to me. I mean, to be fair, FD did give us something really important to work with. He said that men aren't you essentially FD said stop having hope in men, black men. FD said verbatim that until we destroy capitalism and patriarchy, these men aren't about to improve economically and go to school. That's what FD said. And so do with that what you will. Do with that. Because funny enough, there are men in my DMs and in the chat, if you go back to the chat, like defending, like, yes, FD is telling the truth. And I'm like, you do realize he's saying men aren't about to improve and go to school, right? Like, he's saying that by and large, there's not going to be a change in men's ability to go to school unless we completely upend the system. And that to me is an insane proposition. I reject it, obviously.
You brought him up. Let the record show that you brought him up, because I want you to know that he came to the forefront of my mind when I was watching it. Not because, yes, he's not that guy, and I don't even think he's the guy in the black hat, but I do believe that this stuff has a spectrum, and for him to come up and speak the way he speaks and, sidestep the things he sidesteps and disregard and dismiss the things he disregards and dismisses. Like you said, yes, he provides cover. And I believe he's intelligent enough to know that he's providing cover. And the same way that this guy, I pick up on, some malice in this guy, I pick up on malice. And this is me. I'm speaking for myself. I'm owning my thoughts and feelings. I'm speaking for myself. But I do not think, and this is not me saying I feel like he does anything to his wife or kids or anything. I do not believe that.
I don't feel malice from FD, but I'm also a man.
Right.
So maybe I'm blind to it.
First of all, yeah, because it's not going towards you. That's number one. It's not going towards you. And it only comes out when you get into those areas of discussion that he, does what he does in.
Maybe for his politics to work, he has to believe it too. So
believe what?
That black men are oppressed in a way that prevents them from upwardly mobile, and so they cannot be blamed for the things that they do generally. I think he would disagree with that assessment. I don't want to make this about FD, so after
right. I don't want to, but I will say this much. I believe, or I feel that you can't love Black men and simultaneously accept that this is what they are and who they are. This is not, this is anything but lovable. This is disgusting. You know what I mean? It's a visceral, like I feel it turning and churning in my stomach. It's disgusting.
Wait, what are you saying? I'm sorry. What's disgusting?
You cannot simultaneously accept this about Black men, these ideas and things as inherent. And
I don't think he thinks it's inherent, though. I think he thinks it's socialized, and the way to end it is to end capitalism. And since capitalism that's not going to end, that is not going to end either, and therefore, we can always blame capitalism.
I mean, yes, I believe there's a hope there, and there's a kind of. All right, let me be nice for a second, and this is me being authentic. This is not me like pushing niceness. Me being authentic. I believe, and I've said this many times before, even before I got to the point that I did with him of feeling how I feel about this, him, FD specifically. When I would hear him talk about how he's like, I'm, primarily for and about Black men, that's my purpose, that's my focus, this and that and the other. I don't have any problem with that, and I actually admire that about him, because there is a thing when you have a particular group of people that you are ministering to, whatever, that you feel like you are serving, that is at the exclusion of other people. And a lot of times it has to be, specifically when we're talking about Black men and women and this and that, it kind of needs to be, because we have individualized problems, However, like I said, there's moments in time when that comes up, the way he speaks about these things, and when pushed, that's when you see and pick up on the malice. I didn't see it at first, but once I saw it, I could not unsee it, because he doesn't have the carriage that'll make you be looking for that from him. He has so many other, attributes that pull you in, that are comforting and familiar and funny and cutesy and all that other stuff, that there's a lot there for you to just enjoy. And if you're more inclined to enjoy, then you're not going to be looking for it, and you're not going to want to see it. But it's these types of things that once you see them, you cannot unsee them. They're just there, like everything else.
Again, I'm gonna repeat this because you keep saying that, and you don't know these people's willingness to like engage in and live in that discomfort of like that which is real versus that which is perceived, and live in that cognitive dissonance. They don't mind. I promise you, they don't mind.
Yeah, and here's the thing for me, because of the type of person I am, like I said, I'm not gonna argue with you about, you know what I mean? Like, I know what I need to know. Like she was saying, once you have the information, you can make the informed decision. I have all the information I feel like I need. So I just make my decisions, and that's it.
I never thought I would see the day that a man with his male breast sitting and folding on top of his stomach will have that much audacity. We're feeling bad like women. Well, leftover chocolate man, you are getting blocked. We're timing you out for 2 minutes. Yeah. You are now timed out for the rest of the live stream. You have been timed out. None of your chats. No more message will show up in the chat for you for the next 15 minutes. I think we deny it because we don't want the thoughts of men to be that trash. The best of men is rare, sadly. We are so steeped in patriarchy and misogyny that we can't see it. Fish in water. Alicia, give Jamal his phone back. Alicia, give Jamal his phone back. You play too much.
Hip hop. Back that up. and Marvin Gaye, let's get it on, they saying the same thing.
Yeah, but
in different ways.
But the situation that you described was very specific.
It is. They don't. You guys don't want to hear that. Y'all would rather hear it better.
No.
Y'all don't want to hear that. That's all we want.
What you said.
But because the truth is what I'm just telling you. You think that I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I'm gonna tell you that that's what I want, and you can move on to a man that wants something different. No, he wants the same thing I want.
No, there's something very specific about what you said. Like, I don't want you, and I'm never gonna want anything more from you. We actually don't have a problem with sex. And this is gonna sound crazy. Sleeping with most women is not that hard, right? Like, I'm susceptible to you. If I like you, most of the time, like, a girl's gonna bust it, right?
His face.
What? It's literally, but most of the time, it's with the understanding that you actually do like me. Even
the thing is, no, sorry, I'm going to give you advice to the two ladies. These two men, actually not the one with the hat, the other one, he got to lie, girl. It is what it is. Yes, there are women who will just sleep with someone they like. He got to lie. He do.
But you know what when I see men like him in every single way you can think of, do with that with what you will. But when I see men like him, and clear, like he's been successful enough, more than he deserves, you know. I don't understand all the other ones crying, can't get nothing. You can't get a crumb. Oh, I want to read this one. He said, "Oh, nah, she's definitely helped open my eyes, but I typed it. It's hard listening to our sisters, in my case, my wife, but they're telling the truth. It's all men."
Jamal, drop 3 if you need help. Jamal, if you need help, you can drop 3 period. Drop an exclamation sign. No, nobody gotta know. You don't. I won't tell her. Just drop an exclamation sign if you need help. We're here for you, brother. We got you.
Even the possibility that you would want more. But what you said in your actual scenario was like, I don't like her. There is no possibility.
Men usually, men, if you
and
have,
you show us.
but see,
you
the
show us that you
honesty.
don't. You have to
The
say
honesty,
it.
right? The honesty, right? Because I don't mind down on this sword. I don't care. I'm married.
That's
and I'm
fine.
free.
You can die.
So listen, let me tell you something. So I am. So if 15 men.
No one thought this. No one thought this at all until you put it out there. Why would you?
Private bachelor party, there's beautiful women surround them, all of them. No man is going to say, you know what would make this better? If my wife was here.
No.
If my girl was here.
And conversely, no.
What? That is
everything. Now you see why he had so much trouble at home.
That for him, this makes sense. This reality makes sense because there are times in Jamaica where my mom was, well, I guess I was there, and my mom would be like, "Oh, if your dad was here, that would be fun," like something like that. Like maybe they don't like being around you, girl. You know how when you're in a relationship, you know how nice it is to go out and travel and do things together. Like,
look, one thing a man gonna do is embarrass you.
But no, he had a wife. He has a wife, and he probably don't like his wife. That is
right.
That is I am not dating someone I'm not being in a relationship with. If I'm embarrassed by you, if I don't think you, obviously I will have my own life and hopefully you have your own life. But like, I want to think, oh, if you were here, this would be nice. I want to take the picture of the thing I'm doing and send it to you and like say, I wish you were here. Like, and actually believe that. Like, I'm not, if you're not my friend, if I don't want to be around you, I'm not dating you. What do you mean? No, I'm not doing that. Like no men want their wife to be around when they're out at the club. What do you mean?
Child, do he know Pastor Steele?
Listen. They're friends. Why can't you? To be fair, the way I have relationship is very different than other people because we be going out, they're zipping it and doing it. Ain't nobody got time.
No woman says that about their husband being when they're turning up either.
Really?
Really?
You think so?
Absolutely.
That's fair. But what I'm saying is that usually 9 times out of 10, it's very rare that you see a man that chooses to want to be in a relationship.
No man should be entertaining a woman without taking some responsibility for that woman. Period. If you are a man and you're not prepared to take some responsibility for that woman and for what you are bringing into her life, you don't need her. And I think it's inappropriate to sleep with women and not take some sort of accountability and not care about them at all. Because the conversation that we were having, he really started by saying, I lied to women because I just want to have sex with them. There is a certain man who does that.
Yeah.
Like, we know the man who does that. But we know that that's inappropriate, right?
Yeah.
And it feels like it's predatory. So men who live like that, act like that, are predators. They get women.
Tell your friend he's a predator. Tell your friend he's a predator. That is your friend. Go tell your friend he's a predator. What lie could he possibly tell to be successful that he's a billionaire? The only lie I can think of is that he rich. That's the only lie. One look.
No, the lies, he's been telling lies all night. He's been telling lies that he's accountable. He's been telling lies that people telling him to change his ways or that he had to get better to be able to get a woman. But he's sitting there looking unchanged. Like, everything that come out that man's mouth.
It's a no from me, dog.
Under the guise of caring, of wanting more, and then they just leave them. And you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And so for him to say that all men want to be like that,
no, I don't agree.
To me, exactly. It's
and to your point, I don't think any woman would want that.
Exactly.
Not that.
I don't think that women get enough chance to be confronted with the truth to decide whether or not they want it. But I also do.
Cynthia's right. These black women out here marrying anything just to say they married. Ain't no way this man is married. Ain't no way this man. Like, I want to know. I want more. Wife, lady, if you're seeing this, hey girl, come forward. I would love to talk to you. It's an interview.
If she has any bit of sense, she will never let her face see the light of day in association with him. I would never.
I want to talk to her. I want to know.
He could be married because he gives very much the energy of that man that was remember the man and the lady got married and he just kept downing her and like telling his boy, oh yeah, we've been friends for 30 years, like a love letter to his boys at the reception.
I also do believe that if more women heard the truth, they would understand men. Because remember, my thing is that we don't understand it. I'm not done. I'm not. It's my thing is that women don't understand. So here's what I've learned about people telling me the truth. Well, like I said, women are looking for evidence that you care, that you're not going anywhere. Most of the time, if a woman knew the truth and realized that men are disgusting and depraved and lust after other women and do certain things and are kind of selfish, but they're not going anywhere, most women will be like, oh, okay, I don't care. I'm not lying. That might just be me. Like, yo, I have a lot of guy friends. I hear a lot of them in their unfiltered conversations. And what I've realized is like a man is going to be gross, is going to want this and maybe not want that. And it's going to be counter to how a woman believes that she wants her man to think. Number one, if a woman was able to build a man that she wanted with attributes that she wanted, she wouldn't like him. Because we don't actually know the things that make men and those things that they do that make them attractive to us. We actually don't know. So if you...
That is an insane thing to say. That a woman, if she could build a man, she wouldn't like the man she built. So this is this anti-feminist talking point, which fine. But if you don't know what you want, then sure, make the man lie to you and pick for you. Because that don't make no sense. Her statement right now don't make no sense. You're just here trying to make these men feel good about their dusty selves. No. I am pretty sure each and every woman here would be able to make the man of their dream. What do you mean? If you could make a man, you could make the man of your dream. He's giving banner of salvation for her. Potato sack predator dusk. I don't know why I read that.
Built a man, you wouldn't like him, he'd probably be too soft to be a lot of different things. So I think if more women knew the truth about their men, but realized that actually that isn't evidence of how he feels about you, then they would be okay. And they would be more respectful and they would give you more freedom.
That's a theory.
I'm a man, I'm kind of gross, but I will take care of you.
Lauren, but usually a lot of the time from what I've seen, again, just my opinion, from what I've seen, it don't really last. I don't really see too many women that 100% are comfortable, no matter what happens, not being the only one.
No, I'm sorry. This is within the context of, a relationship, a man who
he thought she was saying women are uncomfortable with him having multiple women. That's literally not what she said. To be fair, it was vague and dusty. So like I don't blame him for taking her dusty point and taking it to the next dusty level, right? Like I don't blame him for like, yeah, you're right. Women would not be okay with me having multiple. You should be lucky you have one. The fact that you have one is a miracle. It looks like the blood of Jesus, the phenomena, like everything, a spell, a chant, girl. Your ancestors were out working hard for you to get that one. You're talking about multiple. Like that ain't...
He is not walking in gratitude. He is not walking in gratitude. He should be ecstatic, over the moon to be there.
The fact that he doesn't understand how much the universe conspired to get him where he got with one is insane to me. Watching one more, asking God himself to manifest this into your life is insane to me.
Child, David, you said he put it in his vortex.
Yeah, like God,
manifestation is
that the Jesus, God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit came forward in order to pull that to you. And you want more? You want what? Girl, you're gonna break the timeline. You're gonna destroy our universe to get that. I feel like you need to be more grateful.
He's a manifestation guru. He needs to teach.
Like those things only happen once in a lifetime, girl. See, this is the problem. I don't like ungrateful people. There are things in life where, like, imagine Thanos, right? Thanos got the Infinity Goblet and snapped and gave you a woman, and you want him to go travel the universe to collect them Infinity Stone again, go up against the Avengers just so that you can have another one? Absolutely not. That is too much. That is too much. That is too much. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And you gonna know and you gonna feel this and you're gonna get it because it is insane for you to think that you deserve multiple women. That is an insane proposition.
And he's just saying it so casually, like, oh, it's just what it is. A man like me, if
you don't go in the mirror,
and the women should just be happy to do it.
Look, just go in the mirror. If you want another woman, I feel like he can get another woman. Well, not a woman per se, but you see that thing I sent you in the chat? The thing I sent you in the private chat. I look in the private chat. The first thing I sent you.
You mean the first? Okay, I'm like, that's the only thing.
Look,
it's there.
If you want something different.
He got enough for a couple. Let's be honest. Breasts, thighs, everything.
Believes in monogamy, right? Mm-hmm. But there are women who literally are like, I don't want you looking at another woman. I don't want you talking to another woman. Mm-hmm. Like, I think if you understood that, like, him having his freedom to do that, and the fact that he continues to come back to you, and the fact that he chooses to respect the relationship, it would make them be less stringent in that way.
Okay, so I think I get where you're going. No, because what I'm saying is they don't want the honesty. She feels like that if they did have the honesty, it would be better for everybody if they had the honesty.
Yeah, and also believe that the man that you're describing who wants to sleep around and wants multiple women should go find the woman that's okay with that, because there is a woman, and if you're honest about what you want, you'll actually find that woman.
Okay, and I would say that makes very much sense for somebody to do. So it's like, it does make sense. Hey man, if I want to sleep around.
That makes sense for you to do. You're the one who was arguing the opposite. That very much that very much makes sense.
He know enough to know when he had the opportunity, he locked it down with somebody because he was not going to be playing nobody's field.
Speaking of stuff like the live stream, wait, how does speaking of stuff equal like that? I mean, I appreciate it. This transition is diabolical. I appreciate that production inquiry. Please like the live stream, guys. Please like the live stream. If you haven't subscribed to the Level Up Single Moms channel, please go there and subscribe. I'll be over there doing live streams whenever she invites me.
Let me find a girl that's cool with sleeping around.
Because they're out there.
Unfortunately, in reality, with men that want to sleep around, usually 9 times out of 10, that's not the mind state. Because even how many times?
Because they're lazy and entitled. But you know what ate me up the entire time?
What ate you up?
Kello never stopped talking.
It was Kello's show for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the last question. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I should ask this.
I am convinced they only wanted to do these transition. I'm convinced, those the scene transitions. I'm convinced that's why they did it. Because literally, what was that?
They did transitions without any commentary too.
That's why. Like, what is this?
What is one thing that you think the opposite sex needs to change?
That's a very good question. My turn first?
First.
Well, I think that the number one thing that the opposite sex needs to change, 2 things. Accountability, like we talked about, and the willingness to accept the fact that maybe your man is on a journey to become something better. Stop trying to have...
Yo, this journey, these men aspiring is nasty work. These men been inspired. Ever since we left the plantation, we've been inspiring.
When is the projected destination? When are we going to get there?
All this inspiring is diabolical.
Where are we going? Journeymen. These are journeymen.
These men be aspiring, man. These are aspiring type band. Oh.
Listen, he done aspired himself all the way into a cushy situation.
I'm a second wife, and he did not lie not one time to me, but it is allowed in my religion, and he can afford it. That's the problem. These type of men are broke.
Leftover chocolate man, where do you want to drop the platform? Like, honestly, you letting these people out here walk the woods and the tundras and everything like that. You're not giving them the tutelage they need. You've got the keys, madam.
What they don't know is that monogamy actually helps. That's the part that annoys me. Like, they should be so grateful for monogamy. They're out here like, men can't be monogamous. Oh, okay, cool. But y'all gonna be very single in a minute. You think y'all have a lonely epidemic right now? You think you have a loneliness epidemic? Let polygamy be legal. Let a man be able to marry up to 100 wives and see what happened in America. Let's see what happened. Talking like men like this get wife because of monogamy.
You think they be hating these men now? These men it's gonna be a hard time for everybody. They gonna just lose their mind. It's gonna be what's it called, Mad Max. That's
right.
That's what they want, though.
Oh, this is insane.
Him be a finished product when you meet him.
Yeah.
So it's like he might not be the best leader now. Talk to him, encourage him, and be his number one fan in hopes that one day he can become that. So it's like
the thing right now is you got.
I'm tired of these aspiring men. I'm tired of all of this aspiration. I'm tired of all this aspiration, girl. Talking about you need to come help him to no. Hopes and dreams, girl. That's what they're selling y'all. Hopes and dreams.
That's a competence.
And I was
you got the competence.
It's not potential anymore. Competent. But honestly, there's some things that you do give them a chance to figure out.
Yeah, I think there's room for that.
the main parts of like leadership and stuff. Like if you're not a good leader, you don't qualify to have a woman.
How old are they?
I don't know. Old enough to know that ain't no man supposed to
Talking
lead
about
them.
aspire aspirations. Sorry, I'm gonna give you a
Oh, you're talking about the men. I'm talking about the
Yeah.
women. Oh,
No, I'm
drag
talking
the men
about the
'cause I have a
men.
problem with the women. Go ahead with the men because I have a problem with the women.
I'm gonna give white shirt a generous 36.
No, he look about 45.
I'm being generous.
Don't be generous. Tell what the age does he give? That hairline is 45. He's giving 45.
You're right.
He's 45.
I can't argue with that.
The other one might be anywhere between 38 and 45.
Yeah.
The women sat up there talking about, oh, you need to be a leader. You need to know how to lead me before you get in a. Why y'all looking for leaders? These are two strong-willed women who obviously seem to know enough about their own life, enough to want to put it online. Why do you need a leader?
Because they still think. I was having a conversation today with a family member, a woman, and they were talking about like how they like to feel protected and you know the type of man they like and everything and blah 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 blah. And they were saying something about me and they were just like, oh, like we were having a conversation back and forth and they were like, well, my observation of you is just like you just seem like you're too much of an individual to be willing to acquiesce to the coupling, to the relationship. And I'm like, you damn right. And for me, I don't understand why you can't be an individual. Like I want to be clear about something too. I love and I love to see people in love. I love to see healthy love, healthy relationships, you know, and dynamics and things like that. I enjoy seeing that. And the requirement for me is that I should not have to not be an individual. Now I know like sometimes you're going to have to compromise on things and everything because I have to do that in my friendships and stuff like that. There's a give and a take. So I'm not saying like, oh, it has to be me all the time, this and that and the other. However, the way romantic relationships and heterosexual relationships are socialized, I'm not doing any of that shit.
I don't care what religion you are, even my own Christianity. If you're a human being talking about you want a leader in your relationship, you might need help. You need therapy. You need to go fix your life. That is degenerate. I don't care who you are. Ain't nobody supposed to be leading you in your life. No one. Your life is your own. Their life is their own. You come together and you try to figure it out. Ain't nobody. I'm so over this whole submission argument. I don't want to hear it. I don't give relationship advice, so keep it to yourself and I keep my opinion to myself. Got it, cool. All right, we're good. That's wild to me. I don't care. It's a full-blown feminist. I'm a full-blown feminist, I guess. Ain't no leader. No leader. Zero. If you say you want a leader, you have a problem and you need to fix it. That is my opinion. And yeah. These men can't even read. You're talking about you want to read. These men can't read. They're not going to. Like, what do you mean you want a leader?
Woman.
And also, some women are more easily led than others.
Facts.
So it's
And
like
some
you
women
can
don't
be a
wanna
good
be led.
You can be a good leader, but not necessarily the best leader to this woman.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So the woman, I guess the woman, and y'all do have the right to determine if he's a good leader or not, but it's just not so black and white. But you can say, I'm a good leader to her. You see what I'm saying?
I guess.
Because is there a such thing if you're not willing to follow?
Exactly.
No, you can
When you come from like
If
football,
you're
right,
not-
and you got a coach, everybody play a position on the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is to determine that he is a bad leader? Who is the one determining us? Run the play, fail, and then say he a bad leader. But
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, it's not run the play and then I'll figure out if you're bad. We can analyze to see if the play is good before we run it. Absolutely not.
First of all, and mind you, we're back to the implications of that. So y'all supposed to be, you feel like you're supposed to be doing scientific method with other people's lives?
No, not even say. Remember, they start off talking about how black men can't lead, black men can provide. Remember, they start off this whole thing saying you have to go 50-50 because black men don't have the money to provide. That's how they start. But they still want to lead. So, all right, girl.
But yes, there's that. But I'm saying, again, we're talking about what he said. And this is something that is congruent with things that I've seen men say. Basically, you're supposed to give him your life to fuck up, and if you fuck up, you're supposed to be like, oh well, he's still the leader. We can rebuild. No, I'm going to do what I got to do for my own life, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let you run me over a cliff, or into a volcano or an ocean or something like that because you feel like you're entitled to do so.
Yeah. Oh, he a leader. To be fair, I'm going to blame the women because they're the one who brought it up. And not only are they the ones who brought up the whole leadership idea, y'all keep pushing men into positions that they don't know how to occupy. And yes, I blame, if you're a woman saying you need a leader and your man have to be a leader and be your leader in particular, I'm going to blame you. Like, what do you mean? Why are you trying to get someone to lead your life? What do you mean? Like,
were you there when I did that TikTok live and that lady was on there talking about I have sons and I feel like my son should be able to lead. And me and Alicia was like, ma'am, what makes you think your sons are qualified? What are you talking about?
Your dusty children, sorry, they're not dusty. But like, ain't nobody leading nobody.
That's not with my babies. Because I only got girls.
I will follow them when they can read Peter and Cat without sounding out the word. Right? Like, these men not even going to school. Like, what do you mean? Like, we've fallen.
How you gonna say you're a bad leader if you ain't run a play?
I'm gonna see you in your scrimmage, in your practices, and I'm gonna know before I decide to get in the game myself whether or not you're a good leader.
Lauren, if you're my quarterback, that's not the way football works. If you're my quarterback and I say run a slot, run a curl, or I tell you whatever route to do and this is gonna work, and you say I'm not gonna do that. If you don't follow me, you cannot determine what kind of leader I am until you give it a try.
Here's the thing. In college football, right? If you're a really, really good player, there are a lot of people who are going to want you to be there. And you get to make your decision. And one of the things that might determine your decision.
I'm here for her with this drag, but she's still looking for a leader. She's still looking for a leader. That is wild. Why do you need a coach? What? No. You don't need a leader. This is annoying me. I feel like these men probably feel pressured. This is a lie, because these men try to be leaders and take on the mantle of leadership. I don't think women are forcing them. So let me be very clear about that. I don't actually think women are forcing them. However, that being said, and the truth being out there, it is wild to be pushing men into leadership position when they're not qualified to be leaders. That is insane to me. Like, let these men be bums. Lead your own life. New debate: men making $300K versus broke.
Decision is whether or not a person is a good coach, and you've never played for this man, right? But you can tell whether or not they're a good coach by the results that they've gotten in the situations that they've had before.
Okay, yeah. Before you get with them,
yeah.
I got you.
In their previous seasons or in the practices.
Let me be clear. I disagree with these two women, but let's be very, very clear about something else. They're dog walking these two men. Like, I disagree with them, but they're dog walking these two men. Just have to put that out there, because I don't want it to make it seem like they're on even playing field and like they're both going tit for tat. No.
Well,
These two women are miles ahead of those two men.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you remember? Because when I watch these kind of things, if it's women and men, watch the women, not just what they say. Watch their faces. What was that thing we were watching? And it was like two women and two men, and the one woman was married, but she wasn't really saying too much. But the whole time, every single time the men spoke, she was like,
Yeah.
You gotta watch that. Literally, the experience of sitting around these men and talking with these men. That's how it is. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Male leadership for most of history in relationship was a mirage.
I'm a good player. I see how you do. I'm not gonna go with your team because y'all got a bad team because you don't have a good coach.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I feel you there. But
So,
to me,
I don't have to go. That's the problem, yo. Y'all are going down because it's like, is he a bad leader? Let me try and find out. And then you go down and then you end up in the situation, boo-hoo, crying.
I don't think a leader is something that you can find out in dating.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to find out how.
I can see that.
That's like saying I know you can cook without eating your food. How do I know?
You can tell.
How?
What does everyone else say?
I don't give a fuck what everybody else said.
Yeah, because everybody has different experiences.
Like, how could I say you're a bad cook if I haven't ate?
Like, you talking to them there in the kitchen and she's cooking. She's
really gonna try to answer
talking
this.
about, I can cook, and she's so confident and she's comfortable, and she pulls the chicken straight out the pack and throw it straight in the pan, and she never even thinks twice.
Never even sees
like,
it.
that's
Okay.
dirty.
There you go.
And
You
got
can
no
tell.
salt and pepper.
She got that.
This nigga, like, I make bomb Kool-Aid. He gets a packet, put it in, no sugar, like, here.
How you gonna know it tastes bad until you taste it?
No.
If they see you doing it, then I mean, from her perspective, if she's seen what you did before and you didn't know what you were doing, then
how did you know?
That's an example.
How did you know the Kool-Aid was nasty without tasting it? I had to taste Kool-Aid first before I knew that it tasted good without sugar.
Anyway, what's one thing that women need to fix? Monzel.
Selfishness. If you don't have a heart of service, you're not getting nothing you want. So if you up here talking about me, it's about me. It's what I want. It's all about what I want, and this.
How can he say that?
After saying you're gonna lie to them to get what you
All
want.
everything that has come before. Proceed.
And that and other, you're not getting nothing you want.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be wanting to serve and making someone else's life better. Happy wife, happy life. No, happy spouse, happy house.
Talk it. Boom. Nigga, what the y'all talking about? I'm sorry. That man talk.
That was good.
That man
I love
talk.
that.
Heart of service.
I do think that's a big thing with women.
Relationships are about acts of service. You're in the service business, and the husband is too.
Period. Because he did say that. Because you know, if he didn't say that, I was going to say something.
He covered every base.
He did good.
Yeah.
All right, Trav.
My nigga.
Trav, come on. Do us proud. What's one thing that these niggas need to fix?
One thing. Well, first of all, niggas ain't, so I don't expect much.
Period. I mean, I think men like accountability. You know, he's talking about women don't, but I think men like accountability. It's always, you know, an excuse or reason why they can't be whatever they're being.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I mean, honestly, I agree with that outside of dating. I do agree with that, like in life. Like, it's nobody's fault you don't got no job, bro. It's nobody's fault you don't got no car, bro. It's nobody's fault you broke, bro. Get up and get it.
One of my biggest signs of a man lacking in accountability and emotional maturity is that he gets mad when you ask him questions. Because women, a lot of times it's not being questioned how you think, but we really have questions because you're in charge and you have the playbook in your hand.
You're supposed to.
How you think? I'm questioning how you think. Newsflash.
You're in charge. You're in charge is nasty work. Like, I just can't.
I want anybody want to know why people like, oh, why are you single? Because I'm going to talk, I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to ask them in a way because it ain't about me trying to figure out what's going on with you. It's about me showing you yourself. Like, you're not going to walk away from the conversation happy with yourself. I'm asking pointed questions. When I say scrutinize these men, scrutinizing these men. What is going on?
You know how I said I hate when people do this?
Do what?
In the beginning, and you said we can talk later. It was me. I was people. I was wrong. I was wrong.
What do you mean?
So I have this thing where I'll just delete a number and move on with my life, just generally. Nobody got time for that. And so I forgot I deleted the number. And so I went to get boba tea today. And for break, when I was doing the thing, I went to get boba. And I came back. And I meant to call the person who called me back. I called them back twice because I was like, how dare you not answer the phone? But I called the boba tea place. Like, because I thought it was the first message, because I deleted the number. Right? So I thought it was the first message. Like, and so I just clicked the first message and just recall from the message, but it was like not working. So I called again, not working, and I was like, guess not. And then they're texting me now like, what? Hey, how are you? Are you okay? But I was like, why are you texting me? I called, you didn't call back. What do you mean? Are you okay? Like, what do you mean? I realized it wasn't their number that I called. It was the moment. It was the moment. I feel like trash right now because now I have to be the one that's like apologetic.
Yeah,
And I
because you made a lot of dip on your shit. Like you really
I was ready to get off here to go in. No, I don't want to go off. I don't want to go.
Well, thank God you figured it out.
No, because they're like, I'm waiting for you to call. So it's like I called twice. They said no. So I went to check to see if I called twice. And I see 2 calls. So I screenshot it to send it that I called. And when I screenshot the number I call and then it's in the text message I'm about to send, and I looked up at the number and they're not the same. So I went back out.
I'm so glad you cooked.
I went back out
So
and it says, your order is complete. That's the number that I called back.
You always starting on bad. Let the internet get you all discombobulated.
When I tell you I was livid, I was livid. Like you were about
you
to
was
have
real.
it.
I can't stand when and I'm like, what's going on?
Well, like I hate when people like it doesn't happen to me. Like, let me be very clear. This doesn't happen to me. But when I see people like, oh, they just stopped texting, I'm like, oh, that's bad. And then they just pop up randomly. I'm like, no, block. What do you mean? Just block. So I thought I was like, you don't understand how crappy I feel right now. Like I feel like crap.
My queen.
Let me say this. I am glad I was live. I'm glad I was
glad
live
too. Because you would have been coming right in the Discord like, oh my God. Guess what happened?
Oh no, I would have tried.
What are we doing? And then like, yo, you get mad at every single question. That's my sign right there. Like,
hey,
oh,
Lauren,
he's
put
a
a
kid.
put a pin in that. That would have been number 2 why I'm the problem. Continue.
Yes.
Because do not.
Really, and I love him. But
Yeah,
yes.
but I do not. And bro, I'm being vulnerable. I'm being real with y'all.
Yes, yes.
I do not like to be.
Why you working?
Yo.
I do not like to be questioned. If I'm driving up the road and I'm like, bro, we're going to slutty vegan.
You heard that? I don't like to be questioned. What?
I believe it. And the thing is, and guess what? I know exactly why he doesn't like to be questioned.
Because he don't got no answer.
He would be getting dragged from morning till night. That's probably why he mad. He said he don't like to be questioned. He didn't say he don't get questioned. And you was saying that he's had a hard life because women been treating him crazy. So they probably be dragging him all day, every day.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I deserve to be dragged. I'm getting dragged. Vitamin, I'm getting dragged, and I deserve to be dragged. I'm getting dragged. I'm getting dragged.
And I hope you learn your lesson. Who is it? Let them know they're doing a good job scrutinizing this man. Let them know. Let them know I approve.
I sent the screenshot and said I thought I'd call. Is this why you weren't picking up? Is this why you've been? Yes. Yes.
You should have been so nice. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I am such a ditz. I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to figure out.
That's how you be disarming. That's how you be this. Oh my God. Low.
Everyone who knows me knows.
Like that's not. Yes, right. Yeah.
my response is, you want food? I can get you some food. I am sorry. Here's food.
The same black man.
Can you eat this, please? My throat hurts now.
It's crazy
She's
that
working for men. She's working for men. This good. Oh, go ahead.
what? You do this to me every time. It's crazy that I've never had the leader conversation with my current spouse who's from Saudi. I used to have the leader conversation all the time when I was entertaining black men. They want power over black women and black women only. They're very weak men. That's the only people they feel like they're guaranteed to have power over. For real, for real.
All right, leftover chocolate man. I would give you like a prize position on the channel and like highlight you and make you because I feel like you were sponsoring the channel.
Yeah, sponsoring at this point. We gotta figure something out.
The problem is your comments. Your comments are out of pocket.
Right. You need a disclaimer.
Right. The comments were like out of pocket. But
Highlighted comments are the thoughts and opinions of the commenter, and the commenter only themes and thoughts incorporated. We gotta flesh it out.
Yeah.
You go, well, why'd you take a right instead of a left? I'm gonna be like, you want to drive?
Yeah.
Let me drive the car.
I can see how that's annoying. That's annoying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I shouldn't be. I should just be like, baby, we're gonna get to the destination.
They're about to explain this. They're about to explain this. No one, man or woman, questions you like, why did you do this? Why did you do it? They don't do that unless you give them, unless they're like a problem or you gave them a reason to. If you are consistently on your ish, I fall asleep in that car. Like if you can cook, I'm not going to be watching you. It's probably because you did some foolishness with the food that I'm like, maybe not that much salt. Like I'm going to be monitoring.
Not even just that, right? Just what he was talking about in terms of like lying to people as a rule to make sure that you get what
lying as a rule is diabolical, but yes.
But to make sure that you get what you want, if anybody who has any kind of awareness is going to feel something, even if they're not necessarily registering it as recognizing that you're full of shit, they're going to be feeling off about you, and they should be. You know what I mean? So they may give you access, but there's still a little trepidation about just giving you full control.
Yeah.
And it should be there. If what he said was true, it should be there. You're not a trustworthy person.
I feel like, look, there are certain people just who should just be nice people. Because like your personality has to make up.
Nation. It can be annoying, but she's looking to you, like Lauren said, and she's right. Even though it's annoying, I shouldn't let the queen get me off my square. Now challenging. Why are you going this way and not this way? I should be able to say, well, baby, I'm going this way because whatever the reason is being. But when the response is, see, goddamn, bro, like, yo, we da because you this and you that, because that's what I won't tolerate.
It sounds like and that's not okay.
I'm sorry. I was just saying blah blah blah. Who can like at this point is saying wah 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 like.
Okay, it's not okay, but it sounds like a level of frustration because you keep going that way and we keep ending up at the wrong place.
She's saying if we took this trip multiple times, you keep going this way.
And we keep
I sat back. Now we're late.
And
we had an appointment.
I can't ask questions.
And you can't say nothing. And he just sitting there driving, and it's like, bro, we've been late every time. I'm hungry. We late every time. We hit the same traffic. We hit the same stuff. Bro, what are you doing? Don't question me. That's crazy.
I don't know if you've seen this trend on like Instagram where it's like my brain when I'm with my man, but I don't have to think about anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you're doing. Or I don't know where we're going. I do not care. That's a woman that fully trusts her man.
Right.
So sometimes if you're encountering a woman who has a lot of questions about what you're doing, exactly. He did provide that level. So if you're getting questions.
So I've heard this before, and like I said, the conversation I was having, they said something kind of like that too. This idea of like, oh, I'm just tired of having to handle everything, blah 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 blah. Honestly, there's a certain flow for me, you know, and this could just be me. I'm just telling my experience. There's a certain flow that I can get to, you know what I mean, in terms of handling my business. Is yes, I have to establish, you know, the different things, but it's like once you put them in place, stuff can flow. And for me, bringing other people in, especially people with that mindset of feeling like they're supposed to be in, they'll come in Donald Trump it and just start pulling, you know what I mean? Because not even necessarily because it's not the right way to do it, but because it was your decision and not theirs. And so, again, with all of this stuff piling up, him talking the way he's talking, the fact that, you know, he is a married man, and I know he's one married man, right? But I'm saying this is just me. These are my opinions. This is my experience. This is what I have seen, and the way I think. I trust me. I trust my cognition and how my brain works. I just don't think that you should be romanticizing that. Life don't have to. I mean, life is hard. You know, life is hard. Life is hard. But this idea that, oh, it'd just be so great if somebody can just come and just take care of everything for it. Like, just stop romanticizing not being responsible for yourself, basically. And mind you, please don't think I'm giving the argument like Kendra G was the other night when she was like, oh yeah, I make all my own money. When the other lady was on there like, well, men pay me, so it is what it is. And she was like, well, I make all my own money and I don't get nothing from nobody. I'm not saying that at all. If you're going to entertain a man, he damn sure better be doing something for you tangible. I am fully in support of that. If you're going to deal with men, it better be worth your while. But what I'm saying is, in a general sense, this idea of, oh, well, this other guy's going to, that's how people be getting messed up in the game. And that's how you wind up in a situation that you can't make that move if or when you discover that you need to make that move.
It might be an indication that she's not feeling safe with you.
100%.
And she doesn't trust your decision making.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing to say. I thought I didn't know it was over.
I mean, I
having a great time.
I am too. I just don't want to get stuck in another.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we drive all these sub points to death.
In the growth of becoming a better leader, though, I feel like that in that process, sometimes when a woman is like she don't trust you, I feel like that's valid because you're in the journey of becoming. So I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying he's on his way to becoming a better leader. He makes mistakes. And she's right to question it. But yeah, I do agree, like, she don't trust it because, like you said, like, we've been up the street 5 times and you mess up every time.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
You
might be feeling a touch unsafe.
What if you mess up multiple times, but after you mess up, you come out better than you were before you messed up?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yep, Lauren, take us home.
If that happens.
Could he finish his
I'm sorry.
But if that happens, then she just get tired of you messing up. But there's evidence that you come out better after the person messes up. Like if you go through a rough patch, like even in a relationship, you go through a rough patch and y'all come out better after you get through the rough patch, but you keep going through rough patches.
Right.
And she gets sick of that, going through the rough patches.
So
but we're getting better. We are coming out better. But you're sick of going through the rough patches. I'm sick of you going.
If you keep going through rough patches, they're getting incrementally better, but you keep going, hang it up, girl. Just hang it up, flat screen. Ain't nobody got time for all these rough patches.
A little bit better.
No,
that's what he's saying. He's saying like
I'm getting better, but we keep getting in the same rough patch.
Yeah,
we are, but it's a little less bad than it was the last time. Because I got a little bit better.
Not bad. No, we come out better.
Rough patches.
Like we come out different rough patches.
I thought you said the same rough patch.
Different rough patches.
Different rough patches. And then you get better.
Yeah.
But I'm sick of going through these rough patches.
If we're talking about different rough patches.
If we're talking about
the
life,
exact same problem, because I thought that's what you were saying.
That's what it sounded like he was saying.
I have this exact same problem, but I just did not understand, and I don't understand. I don't understand how you can have the same, getting ready to say, like just any problems. It's not resolved then. And we're not getting better. Yeah. Like, it makes no sense to me. Okay. The same exact issue. What's happening?
It's the same issue happening over again, but you come out better.
How? What's better?
I gotta.
Let me do
you're in trouble now.
I need to know what's better.
Okay, I keep losing my job, but I get a better job that makes more money every time.
If you lose it, what does it matter?
then
Get him
the
outta
job
here.
gets better.
Get him out of here.
Oh,
Not
he keeps losing his job, but he keeps.
Why
after
do
the
you
job
keep
get
losing your
lost,
job?
I get a better job.
Yeah, but you
and it's
can't
not,
keep it.
And it's not even losing a job. I quit. Or I got fired because they were mistreating me.
Kello can't relate. This nigga
No.
been working at the same job because he got
No.
stability.
But no, what's funny? She's funny. Like when she just yelled out, like, but you can't keep the job. Like, so it's like
But you get a better one.
No, I get what you're saying, bro. I do.
Y'all, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm over it. Here's the thing.
Thank
If
you.
you keep losing your job, I don't care if you keep getting a better job, you're going to lose that job again if you keep losing your job.
There comes a point where you're not going to get another job. Like the job market is very competitive at this point, and then you getting older and older. Each time you losing them jobs, eventually you're going to be out of the
Take their scenario. You keep losing your job, and every time you lose your job, you go and you get another job. How long when you get this job does it take for you to be fired, right? And how long after you're fired do you get this new and better job?
And how much
that
was you making?
instability-
Like, what was the starting point, and where are we at by now?
Yeah,
like,
but
what's the
instability,
difference between?
For me and my mental health, I would much rather to be at a stable $150,000, right? Just like average, fair, good, right? Then you keep going up, but we get these moments in between where you don't have a job, you're getting fired. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Trash. I don't want it. Y'all can have that instability. I don't. Yeah. I can't have that instability. Absolutely not. That 401k mess, a mess. If you get your that tax file, ain't nobody got time.
Baby.
Nobody got time. Anyway, final thoughts.
I'm sorry.
No, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. Let me be clear. So I don't dislike these and like reviewing them. And I would like for us to review more. Like I don't mind. I think my frustration is not about the fact that I'm having to do this. My frustration is that the level of intellect and engagement is really low, and it feels very condescending whenever I speak and review this, and I can see them hearing me and being mad and starting to try to have a fight with me. But I don't fight with people online, so they're gonna fight by themselves. I said what I said.
Well,
if you're
let's
hurt
not speak that into. We don't know that, and that may not be the case. Let's not speak that into existence.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but yeah. I mean, a good drag is a good drag. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, I don't mind. Like I like talking to you. I like talking to anyone in the Discord. So like, it is what it is. Final thought.
I think I said everything. You know, just pay attention to these men, scrutinize these men, let them talk, and just listen. Don't react. Don't be trying to explain. Don't be trying to convince. Don't be trying to teach, or let it ride and accept it. And when I say accept it, I don't mean like accept it and go along with it. I mean accept it and then take the next logical step, in accepting what's being said or done as truth. You know what I mean? Because a lot of what we're going through now is people thinking stuff can change. It can be fixed. They can be convinced, or you can earn the to get them change. You can earn, that influence over them or whatever. No, stop doing it. Let it go. Let them go. Let it go.
Be like Elsa and let it go.
Focus on you, because and I know I'm my own person, and everybody doesn't think like me and everybody doesn't feel like me, but I am a testament to just how wonderful life can be. Just making the decision to put yourself first and to really build on that relationship and focus on that relationship with self. Because for me, getting into these wonky relationships with other people, and it doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship, if it's a friendship, whatever it is, getting into wonky relationships with other people winds up chipping away at my relationship with myself. And that's just me. So I would say personally, once you build that rock solid relationship with self, then everything else starts reflecting off of that. And you may find that desire or that need you think you have for that thing or whatever it is that you think you're going to get out of the relationship, you may not need it anymore.
London, I agree. London asked if we can drop the link for the. I don't want to because I feel like it's going to cause chaos on their channel. And I don't want to like send my people over there to like drag them.
I don't know. I think if they were to, because if they were to see it and then they have, whatever about it and they say whatever about, like, that's something else. I mean, I don't know, but it's whatever.
To the two young ladies that did this, please note that there is space on this platform to do an interview or review or pushback. You are welcome to come over and tell me what you think or drag. So many male leaders working for other males and buying masculinity packages from horrible content creators, period. We gonna find it. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you all so very much. The skin is in fact skinning. I'm actually very taken aback by myself, and I haven't turned on any filter or tune or anything touching up my appearance. Nothing is on. This is just it. This is not TikTok, so I'm very excited for this. It's giving. So thank you all. Bye. And like Sinners in Theater, we are back for the post-credit. I appreciate you all. No. Work email. I appreciate you all so very much. Hopefully I get to come live again multiple times this week. I want to do a Sinners review because I watched it. I enjoyed all of it except the last bit. The final scene I loved, but the action scene was just too on the nose cliche for me. But we'll talk about it. I love the film though, generally. And Ryan Coogler, I didn't know that's how you sounded when you talk. I don't know why I haven't heard you speak. I thought you sound like Michael B. Jordan, but you sound very different than I expected. He came after the movie started and started talking, and I was I was concerned and confused.
Why?
That's not the voice I thought he had. I don't know what I thought he sounded like, but that is not what I was very confused.
Okay.
Thank you, Themis. No need. I enjoy watching you, speaking my truth and making you laugh. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. As someone said, you look beautiful in Vitamin, and you do.
Thank you, everybody. I have been seeing, but it can be like disruptive to try to be like that. But everybody, thank you so much for being so kind and generous with me and listening to my thoughts. And thank you, mods, for dropping my channel and all of that.
Please like the video on the way out. You said this was nice.
This was fun. Yes. Right? Like you sound like, where are you from?
Girl, I did not know. I did not.
I actually like it. I like it because, with him performing at such a high level at what he does and still just being, where he's from, it's just blackity black.
Yeah. By the way, I'm setting up a new space in my house for my fiance channel where I'll be. Yeah, I'm creating a stand channel. It's not a stand channel. It has nothing to do with standing. I'm just going to break down objectively pop culture and rank everyone against Beyonce because Beyonce is the best and the greatest, but there's no bias at all.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I wanted to do a video on, I wanted to do a video on Gnarly. It's going to be like once a month.
Let that thing die.
It grew on me like cancer.
Did you see? I saw you just today because I haven't been watching stories in a long time, and I watched your story today, and I was like, "Wow, you got this dumb song." Not you using this stupid song. It's
gonna catch on.
awful. It's a 6-pack of ass.
Gnarly. Period. All right. I appreciate you so much. Let me go fix my personal life right now. Thank you all. Have a wonderful night. And bye.
Oh, wait. Book club?
Oh, at the end of this month, we will do the review for the last book. I read it, forgot about the book club. Like, my life was just like going quickly. So the last book, oh, sorry. Let me turn off my, oh. Kingdom of the Fear. This is the book we're reading at the end of. Read this book. We already read it. It should have been last month, but please read. At the end of this book, we're going to be review at the end of this month. We're going to review this book, and I will also have drinks in here from now on. Someone said I needed to have drinks. So
what's the drink going to be? Is it going to be brandy?
I don't know yet. Probably scotch.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know. I need to figure out the breathing and which one should be in there because I don't do alcohol like that. But yeah, that's the one. Beyonce is going to be the name. So yeah. I mean, I already made the channel. Let me see if I can find it. I probably can't find it because there's nothing on it.
You might as well drop it in there so everybody can get it so we can get
No. I'll do it some other time.
How are we going to know when you drop the first video?
They won't. I'm going to grow art. I'm kidding. I'll figure it out. Because the people be over here mad whenever I talk about the queen. Because y'all hate.
No, you don't want no haters in our midst. I'm
going to block y'all from over the Beyonce channel. That's just the Beyonce channel. Because it's not about Beyonce.
Put some Sir Davis in there.
All right. Bye.